But a quick search on Grainger.com and Rob found his part. And with same-day pickup at his local branch, he and his crew got the job done, safely and on time. Get supplies and solutions for every industry with real-time product availability. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See, we didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you.
Paid for by NHTSA.
If you missed the Brian Bailey Show, you missed.
Hey, Coach Mike Houston. John says, how's recruiting going in the Tidewar Hampton Roads area?
Well, recruiting in general is going really, really well.
Good.
I really like the class that we have committed right now. That area, we are treating it as an in-state area because it's so close.
Right.
It's that area is closer than Charlotte is.
Oh, by far.
So
it's almost like Raleigh.
Right.
Tune in Mondays at noon for the Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, right here on Pirate Radio.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
Love is finding the internet of your dreams from MetroNet. Get ready for fast, reliable, 100% fiber speeds with unlimited data so you can stream, study, surf, and game on all your devices simultaneously. No lag times or buffering. MetroNet offers student deals. Get 100 megabit internet for just $39.95 a month. Switch today at metronet.com/switch. MetroNet. Love your internet.
Tired and sluggish? Down in the dumps? Or do you just have the blahs? Well, maybe you need to hydrate. Revive Health and Wellness offers IV hydration, which can help you with lack of energy, improve your mood, assist with immunity, and even fix a hangover. Call today to set up an appointment at 350-1805. Locally owned and operated by Samantha Casper, Revive Health and Wellness has a new location and is ready to serve you. Stop by at 2459 Emerald Place in Greenville or go online at revivehealthwellness.org.
Make a splash with Bassett Triple Summer Savings from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Hot looks, cool styles. Kick back, relax, and upgrade your seats and save. Buy any regular price Bassett recliner, sofa, or sectional and get $50 to $150 off every additional seat with free local delivery plus 12 months special financing. Shop our wide selection on in-stock bedrooms, dining rooms, and other living rooms. And save the sales tax and get free local delivery now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Kyle Gaines at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We are growing, so is our service department. We're adding more space to provide a faster, more affordable service for you. Come sit down with our team and let us customize your next Jeep or truck. Have the freedom to pick out your own lift, wheels, and tires and more. Drive a little, save a lot when it comes to customizing your next vehicle. We're at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, located off 264 West in Washington, North Carolina, and online at WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Hi.
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 Tabua. Aoub. What about Aoub? Safula.
Cool, neat story.
Was that supposed to be funny? There's local politics, bud.
Don't go over the rules. It'll take forever. Let's just get to the draft.
Let's get the pumping.
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
It's gonna be fun. We in the thick. I mean, everybody gonna be loud. I'm gonna be loud with them. I'm gonna screaming too. Like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. You ready for this? I am.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, here for another 3-hour tour on Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. You can find us online, pr927fm.com. And also watch the show on Facebook Live and on YouTube. And you can be a part of the show there. Chime in what you want to talk about on this Wednesday. Yet another hot one. No need to update the weather report. It's about the same every day in these parts of the country. But they are back on the football fields over at the East Carolina facility. So that is good news, coming off a off day that was not scheduled on Tuesday due to some food poisoning issues. So Pirates were back on the field this morning. We'll talk about that coming up in just a moment, and it'll be a topic with our guest today. The voice Jeff Charles is going to join us on the program. Also Patrick Mason covering East Carolina football for the Daily Reflector, and Stephen Igoe hoists the colors. We'll continue our position previews. We'll talk East Carolina cornerbacks today. You got some returners and a lot of new faces at that position, so we'll talk about it with Igoe. Also, in my hands, I am holding a book, and that book is Freezing Cold Takes, NFL Edition, Football Media's Most Inaccurate Predictions and the Fascinating Stories Behind Them. If you know anything about me, you know I love a good book. Where the Red Fern Grows, The Outsiders, Lord of the Flies. I've read them all. It was about 25, 30 years ago, but I enjoyed those books a lot. And I enjoyed this book, and we will talk to the author of this book, Fred Siegel, who is more known for his Twitter persona, Freezing Cold Takes, Old Takes Exposed. And he's been doing the media car wash to promote his new book, which is available now, and we'll talk about that coming up with Fred at 4 o'clock. So we got a lot to get to on today's program. Shirley Rhodes, CJ Schaefer, the big dog, roaming the hallways. Chandler Honeycutt is here. Hello, folks.
What's up, Clipper? How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good.
Thank you for asking.
Can't wait for trivia tonight at AJ McMurphy's.
Well, you're going to have to wait because we got a 3-hour show and then a little bit of a buffer period, and then we'll kick off trivia at 8 o'clock tonight at AJ's.
Sweet. Cool.
All right.
Can't wait.
Excellent. Let's see what's going on. Steve Hill's on one.
He's on one.
He says, Clipper! Burgley. Two little butt cheeks.
It's two little butt cheeks.
Swinging dingers.
Ric Flair. Woo!
Ric Flair. Woo!
Local politics, bud.
There's local politics, bud.
Chandler.
Chandler.
We do not have a sound effect for that. So thank you, Steve, for keeping Shirley on the ball. Shirley, a tad under the weather.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Here we go.
A domino effect.
Brian Bailey yesterday. Shirley Rhodes today. Who's it going to be tomorrow?
To be fair,
I guess Shirley's not going to be able to go on her trip.
That's a shame.
That's such a shame.
Screw that. I'm going on a trip.
Your symptoms are different than Bailey's. In fact, your symptoms are more like the ECU football players.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, half of the symptoms. Let's just put it that way.
All right.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a tummy issue, so
her tummy hurt.
Yeah, I have a little rumbly in my tumbly.
Have you tried saltine crackers and soda
and soup?
No, I have. Well, the thing is that you know, sometimes when your stomach doesn't feel all that great, you don't want to eat anything, you don't want to drink anything because you feel like you don't want to upset your stomach even further. So, in my defense, I've not had anything to eat or drink all day. due to whatever pain is in my tummy.
Well,
So
here's what I do when I have a tummy ache, when I have issues. The strongest medicine is our own bodies, our immune system.
Amen.
And I fight fire with fire. As soon as I have the diarrhea,
oh my God,
or the throw ups, I go right to the local Chinese buffet.
Oh boy,
and just pile it on and say, "You want war? Let's go to war. Let's see what happens."
Yeah,
just add salt to the wound.
Yeah, I'm thinking I don't want to go to war with my tummy.
All right, fine. You retreat. I got.
You might. Yeah, you advance.
Weak link.
You advance on. Yeah,
Where Clip looks for fight.
Chinese buffet on the way home. Hit up a Mexican restaurant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good God, Taco Bell.
I mean, it's just an all-out international war zone in the belly.
Yeah, I don't.
May the best man win.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing all that.
All right.
Plus, I've got I don't need this thing to stick around for any longer than it has.
Steve says, Shirley. Poop emoji, poop emoji.
We'll talk to Mr. Poop at some point soon, Billy Weaver. Maybe he can help you out, actually. Have you talked to Weave?
No, I have not talked to Weave.
He's slinging poop meds across eastern North Carolina.
Crap.
Yeah.
No, I mean, look, if it'll help, I may give him a call in the morning.
All right, so crappy start to the show today, but
oh wow,
reality is reality. This is what we're dealing with. You at home may be sick right now, and our thoughts are with you.
You look a little salty.
East Carolina back at practice. We will have comments from Mike Houston coming up Thursday on our social media accounts. Make sure you're following us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, Snapchat, Tinder.
I don't even think MySpace is a thing anymore.
Does Pirate Radio have a Tinder profile?
I would say no.
Okay.
We do have a TikTok.
We have a TikTok.
We do have a TikTok.
Good to know. CJ, you were out there earlier today. How did they look coming off a day of being, hovering over and sitting on the toilet?
Did you have to do interviews in the bathroom?
I'll start by saying I have an anonymous source that I talked to out there who said
look at this
there's
guy.
a good. I can't say names. Can't say names.
Look at anonymous source guy over here.
Yep.
All right.
Can't reveal your sources.
That's right. There's a good chunk of the defense that's still not out there. So they're still sick. So missing a decent chunk of the defense. I saw more people.
Stop saying chunk. Reminds me of vomit.
Blowing chunks.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably what they're doing.
Yeah,
so
but
it's topical.
Just let's keep it classy.
All right. Missing quite a few players on the defensive side.
All right.
How about that?
A slew of anyway.
Oh God.
Okay.
Jesus.
Saw more players than normal get corrected on some of their drills, whether it was form or whether it was a little too sluggish.
I can't wait to hear from Mike Houston tomorrow. Everything was going.
It was terrible.
It was so well, maybe too well, and now you have this day where the whole team is gone. They come back, part of the team is gone, and you just said there maybe some more corrections going on at practice. Like, sure, they showed up sluggish. You would assume that to be the case, but we might get the first angry, concerned, upset Mike Houston when we talk to him. We'll see on Thursday, but I thought that might be a possibility that things were going almost too smooth at camp.
And they're probably disappointed too. This should have been day 2 of practicing with pads, but didn't get that today.
Did they have the pads on?
They did not.
Okay.
I thought they had shoulder pads on, just no pants.
It was supposed to be full pads.
Yeah.
He said it was supposed to be day 2 of full pads.
No padded pants. Sure.
Okay. I was just clarifying.
We got that. Shells, bro. Shells. No full pads. Were you the only person that didn't understand that?
I thought y'all just said no pads.
No.
I meant full pads.
Oh, okay.
You know what, though? A lot of people don't know.
I heard no pads.
Okay.
And that means no pads, period.
And then you said shoulder pads, no pants.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
got pads on.
Let me question that. They're running around just commando out there?
You know what? It's the best way to play football.
Hey, what is the purpose of that?
For those of you just tuning in, let's place our bets on what they're going to wear to practice tomorrow.
Assless chaps, sandals, and sombreros. That's what I would go with tomorrow. All right, just so we're up to date, East Carolina has not had a full padded practice. Today was supposed to be the second day of full pads. So we are a little behind the proverbial 8-ball at this moment.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
I mean, what else is there to add?
I think that we've said enough. Let's wrap it up. We'll see you Thursday, 3 o'clock on an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody. Anything else, CJ, from practice today?
Saw some special teams drills today, more than we usually, or I don't know what they do after we leave, but more special teams drills than we're used to seeing. Kickoffs. Saw Keaton Mitchell take a few.
I was going to ask, did you see Mitchell back there? When we talked to Keaton the other day, he was very excited to say that he was on the kickoff return team.
He made it sound like I was talking about kickoff returns, and he would just say, "I'm on the kickoff team."
I saw him take,
and he said something about blocking. Like, if he's on the kickoff team, I don't expect him to be a lead blocker.
No,
I would expect him to get the ball. But you saw him back there.
He was fielding it. Yeah,
doing some kick returns. Mm-hmm. That's exciting, man. That's a whole nother weapon in the arsenal for East Carolina.
Yeah, and it's very important to get good field position, especially on kickoff returns.
Speak on that a little bit. Speak on that.
I feel like there's a lot of touchbacks in the game of football now.
Well, especially since you can fair catch.
I know.
Clip, wasn't that your least favorite rule in sports?
Mine was the touchback when an offensive player is going in to score a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm fine with kickoff touch because you have the option. They're not forcing you to.
You can get it at the 2. You fair catch it at the 2, but it's going to go to the 25.
Right. But you're right. We do see a lot, and we'll see what East Carolina's philosophy on that is. Will they let Keaton or whoever's returning kicks take it regardless of where they field it, or will they just settle for the 25-yard line?
I don't know. I would say let him get.
I would say let him roll.
Let him roll. Get to where you. I would say the goal for Keaton on every single return would be to get to at least the 40-yard line.
That's a hell of a goal. If we could do that.
I mean, because Keaton's not the biggest guy, he can find a crease and get there quick. Especially if he just plants his feet and go and gets good blocking up front.
Well, we heard him Saturday say he's gotten faster. If he finds some open space.
What I want to see from Keaton Mitchell is kind of like you see in baseball. You saw it with Bryson Worrell in the American Conference Tournament where you get under the ball and you really run up to the ball to catch it. I want to see him actually running, taking off, and as he's running, catching the football and just take it off and go.
So he's already at about 75-80% full speed when he catches the ball.
He catches the football and then just go. And before people can even block, he's by the people blocking.
At that point, he is running past his blockers. They don't even have time to set up. So, sure, I'm on board. I am fully on board with Keaton Mitchell kickoff returns. And if he gets banged up, loses his breath, guess what? We got Rajay in at first down.
Yeah, and with all the touchbacks going on in college football now, I feel like kickoffs are a time to kind of just chill and relax. But for East Carolina fans, if you have Keaton Mitchell back there, everybody's going to be on their feet thinking, all right, is this where – about like every time he gets the football on offense, will he take it to the house?
All right, good stuff. We'll hear from Mike Houston coming up Thursday with more from East Carolina Fall Camp. Some bad news out of Wake Forest Fall Camp. So this is a statement from Wake Forest. Following a workout on Tuesday, Sam Hartman, who is the signal caller for one of the most explosive offenses in football with the Demon Deacons, he's been there a while now, he sought medical attention for a non-football related condition. The results of those tests and subsequent treatment will remove Sam from team activities indefinitely. The timeline for his return to competition is uncertain. So, and it says with HIPAA, no additional details will be shared at this time. So Wake Forest will be without Sam Hartman for a while. And I don't know if an answer as to why it's come out. This was from 7 or so hours ago. So maybe the reason why is out there. I haven't seen it. But either way, that is, that's bad in real life, what really matters for Sam Hartman. But from a football perspective, tough to lose your starting quarterback. Wake Forest is supposed to be a top 25-ish team this year.
Absolutely. Went to the ACC championship game last year.
Perhaps challenge NC State and Clemson in the Atlantic side to win the ACC. And now they are going to have to go a different route at quarterback.
Yeah, and Sam Hartman, the captain of that football team, and that very strange RPO offense that they run there in Winston-Salem.
Yeah.
But to lose your quarterback right here in the midst of fall camp is tough. But what's scary is that it's non-football related, but you hope that he can get better and get treated for whatever is the issue with Sam Hartman. But yeah, definitely a blow for the Demon Deacons as they are approaching their 2022 season.
So there was that news. I watched a football television program last night. Shirley, can you give me the Hard Knocks music? I loaded it on your folder there. If I can get that. Oh, man. I was really jacked up for it yesterday.
Are you crying? You're crying.
It does make me tear up at times. Just makes me emotional, It's another sign that football is almost here. And last night was episode 1 of Hard Knocks Detroit Lions edition. Who all watched it in here?
I have not, but can I watch it on HBO Max?
I got nobody else watched it. Yeah, you can watch it on HBO Max. Where do you think I watched it?
Regular TV?
No.
I actually was trying to find the Field of Dreams game last night because for some reason I thought it was supposed to be played, but it was actually the minor league baseball Field of Dreams game. So I watched a little bit of that, but
go back to bed, Grandma.
Bite me.
When is that game, Shirley?
I don't know. I thought it was at 7:00 last night, but
for whatever reason you saying that's funny. I was trying to find the game. Shirley, I know why you couldn't find it.
Why?
And I'm gonna tell you something. Don't look for it tonight. Look for it tomorrow night, Thursday, August 11th.
You gonna watch it on the plane?
You were off by 2 days.
No, I'll be in Toronto by then, so I can watch it in the hotel room.
Oh, Toronto!
Huge flex alert!
Wow, Shirley, you going to Toronto?
I saw the jerseys that the Cubs and Reds are going to be wearing. They are old school.
All right, so
I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the hats and everything. I thought the hat for the Cubs was pretty cool.
Yes.
So none of us losers watched Hard Knocks last night. Give us your review of
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks. Yeah.
Sorry. Give us your review of episode 1 featuring the Detroit Lions.
All right. First, a question: do you like Dan Campbell?
I do. He is a feisty man.
Well, guess what? Y'all are going to enjoy Hard Knocks because it's a lot of Dan Campbell, and I too like Dan Campbell because I think he is pretty genuine and he's real. In fact, now that I think about it, that's what his assistant coaches were saying last night on Hard Knocks. But it was a whole lot of him. The Lions do not have star power.
None.
They are missing that.
None. Zero. Zilch.
In fact, I wanted to see more of my keeper, DeAndre Swift, and didn't really see much of him at all. Saw a lot of Jamal Williams, a little Jared Goff, and a lot of Aiden Hutchinson, their number 1 draft pick out of Michigan. I like it. It was entertaining. The Lions are... Dan Campbell made them go full contact, like very early on in training camp, to the point where guys were like...
their kneecaps off.
Looking at them funny. Like, really? Are we doing this? And I think they run things a little differently. He is going to try to whip those guys into shape, and I'm excited to watch the rest of it. It was good. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, can't wait to watch it. I'll try to watch it tonight, either before trivia or after I get home from trivia.
You are Mr. Can't Wait.
I am Mr. Cannot Wait. And if I could watch it right now, I'd watch it right now.
And I think that's a good thing, Chandler, to have things in life you're looking forward to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think that could be an issue. I think you need to live in the present and not look towards the future.
Wise words.
Yeah, you do the opposite of that.
I know.
So why are you saying that when you yourself do the exact opposite of that?
Because I struggle with that, and I think it's a negative thing in my life.
Well, thank you for talking it out today.
I need to start living in the present.
Let's live right here.
I need to stop saying I can't wait.
Right. You need to wait. You need to live in this show right now. How about this? Let's have our best show ever today.
Let's do it.
All right.
I just want to have the best second ever in my life right now, and then now.
You're right.
And then now.
Yeah.
It's all about now.
There you go. I like that, Chandler. Good man. All right. Anything to update on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck? That answer is yes. The Mets keep winning. They lead the Reds 7-2. Brewers over the Rays 2-1 in the fourth inning. Chandler's Nats leading the Cubs 1-0 in Chicago in the fourth inning.
Let's go.
Braves get off the schneid thanks to Shirley's Red Sox last night. Amazing slide by Ronald Acuna Jr. to get in. And did y'all see that? What'd y'all do? What did y'all do last night?
I saw it.
Okay, you saw it.
Right. I watched some of the game. I didn't watch all of it.
Chandler, what'd you do last night?
I don't like baseball.
That's fine. What'd you do last night?
I lived in the present at the time.
Do you not want to say what you did? Did you do something nefarious? Did you?
Oh, last night?
I've asked you like 4 times.
Oh, no, I just chilled. I hung out.
What is that? Okay, son. I know what that means when you tell a parent or tell someone older than you, like me, you just chill. You can't do nothing, so what'd you do?
Yeah, you can do nothing.
So describe your nothing to me.
Sat on the couch, watched TV.
What did you watch? Here we go. Now we're getting some details.
You know who I am. I pull up random YouTube videos.
What did you watch?
Devin Funch's highlights. Okay? Okay?
I can see why you don't want to bring that up.
Okay?
Okay.
Are you happy now?
Are
you happy?
No.
Did you see Devin Funch's on Hard Knocks last night? Because he's a part of the Detroit Lions.
I did not see him.
Okay?
All right.
I saw a tweet, and it said that Devin Funch's is fat now, and it's a tight end. He's fat. And I said, you know what? That was a damn good football player for the Carolina Panthers. And you can look at me funny. He was pretty good.
All right, let me look
for
up
a split second.
Let me look up the numbers on Devin Funchess and his NFL career. All right.
But I said I want to go and I want to relive those days with Devin Funchess in Carolina. That's what I did.
All right. Thank you for being honest.
Jesus, there you go.
I'm glad we pulled that out of you.
Do you want me? You want to know what time I used the bathroom too, and what time I went to bed?
No, Devin Funchess highlights is enough. 2017, 63 catches, 840 yards, 8 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's a good year.
Mm-hmm.
That was about the only good year.
That's it.
But that was a good year.
In fact, it was the 2017 highlights that I watched.
He was a COVID opt-out in 2020, and he did not play in 2021. He hadn't played since 2019, where he played 1 game.
For the Green Bay Packers, Indianapolis Colts.
Was it a good game?
3 receptions.
3 for 32. I'd call it a solid day.
I'd say he made some moolah.
All right, there is your Devin Funchess update. Let's take a break. We'll come back when we return. The voice, Jeff Charles, will join us. We'll talk Pirate football, little NFL, and more with the voice when we return on Pirate Radio Live here Wednesday. We're back with you after this.
Let's party, Pirate Nation. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party presented by Bud Light on Thursday, September 1st is approaching fast, and tickets are on sale right now for only $10. 100% of the ticket sales will be donated to these 4 local charities: Sportworks Ministries, Riley's Army, Daughters for Dads, and the Heather Ann Batiste Scholarship Fund for the ECU School of Nursing. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party will feature entertainment by America's favorite 1980s tribute band, The Breakfast Club.
Trying to stop my hands from shaking. Something in my mind's not making sense.
Plus, the world-famous Budweiser Clydesdales will be on site for a photo opportunity. The place to be to kick off football season is at the State Theater in downtown Greenville for the best party of the year. Go to pr927fm.com now and get your tickets before it sells out, and we'll see you Thursday, September 1st at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park, or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Do you have an old injury or just some pain that keeps holding you back? It's time for you to get better. With Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we can help you get your life back. Whether you need to get back to a sport, back in the gym, or just back to enjoying life, our team of specialists use a one-on-one, hands-on approach in our state-of-the-art facility to get you back moving again. Don't settle for where you are. Don't stay in pain. Visit kptonline.com today to see how Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness can help you live well, move more, and hurt less.
The Dickinson Avenue Public House is a lively and diverse restaurant in Greenville that utilizes fresh and local ingredients. With influences of Creole, Asian, and upscale Southern cuisine, the Dickinson Avenue Public House offers a seasonally rotating menu and a full-service bar with rotating craft brews on tap. Come to the intersection of 8th and Dickinson and enjoy $off drafts on Tuesday, half-price flights on Wednesday, half-price wine bottles on Thursday, and $1 oysters Tuesday through Friday from 5:30 to 7. For more details, check out their website at daphouse.nc.com.
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
This is ECU assistant football coach Roy Tesh, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Drive a little and save a lot at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They have a great selection of new pre-owned and pre-owned vehicles, plus offers service to all makes and models in a state-of-the-art facility. Drive a little and save a lot with a short trip to Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Highway 264 in Washington and online at WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Coming up at 4 o'clock, we'll talk to Mr. Cold Takes himself. Freezing Cold Takes, Old Takes Exposed on Twitter. His name is Fred Siegel. He's got a new book that is out right now, and we will discuss that. He's also, when we were setting up this interview, has a connection to Miami and attended an East Carolina beatdown of Miami back in the Marcus Crandall days. So we'll talk about the Pirates a little bit as well with Fred at 4 o'clock. Patrick Mason joins us in Hour 2. Stephen Igoe, Hour 3. But right now, we'll head out to the Pirate Radio Live line and visit with the voice, Jeff Charles, here on this Wednesday. Jeff, how you doing today?
Cliff, I'm doing great. I'm still trying to get my head around this deal that the Big Ten has put together, this media deal, which is mind-boggling when you talk about $1 billion, as in babe and boy, $1 billion a year in media rights is what we're talking about, and they're going to have CBS, NBC, ESPN, and Fox all involved in their media deal. You know, for those of us who have been around this game for a long time, Cliff, those numbers, I don't think anybody could have ever predicted we would see that in college athletics someday, but that day is here. And the Big Ten's really going to break the bank with this deal.
Yeah, the numbers are strange. Just the thought of it is strange to me, Jeff, seeing Big Ten football on CBS, seeing really any football outside of Notre Dame on NBC is going to be strange. And I guess not having that noon game on ESPN that we were used to from the Big Ten, that's out the window as well. But I even used the line from you, Jeff, when we were talking about it yesterday with Ellerby on Pirate Radio Live. You keep up with the times, you get left behind. So I'm just kind of here for the ride, I guess. Whatever happens. I'll be watching football on some network from some conference. And, yeah, the Big Ten news coming out is crazy. I was a little disappointed, Jeff. I was a little worried that we were going to lose that iconic CBS college football theme that introduces every 3:30 SEC game. Of course, you can also hear it on CBS Sports Network, but I guess they'll repurpose that for Big Ten football moving forward. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard about that too, Clip, and I think that is going to be the case. And I'm not exactly sure how they're going to schedule all of this. I read something the other day that there are going to be triple headers of Big Ten football. So people who like Big Ten football, I guess, can sit there on a Saturday and watch 3 games if that's what you want to do on the various networks. I think they're still trying to figure out how it's all going to be scheduled. But, my goodness, you talk about dominating a Saturday with one conference. That's what this Big Ten deal is going to be. And you know, down the road, the SEC is going to do something similar.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the Big Two now, for years we kept talking about the Power Five, but it's really become now the Power Two. And you can just see this with all the money now that's being thrown around and all these multimedia rights deals.
And, Jeff, we were kind of looking ahead, speculating that, if this goes into effect in 2023, the Michigan Wolverines will open up with the East Carolina Pirates in the Big House. So who knows? Maybe the first Big Ten game on CBS could be East Carolina and Michigan coming up in 2023.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great? It really would be, Clip. And when you talk about Michigan, you talk about Jim Harbaugh. They came back last year. I mean, they were ready to run him out of Ann Arbor before last season, and then last year they came back and had a really good year, and they're expected to be right there with Ohio State again this year in the Big Ten. I think preseason rankings came out the other day, and Michigan was number 6. So they're right back to where, they usually are in their glory days. And as we all know, we can be reminded every day by Appalachian State fans it can happen. Remember when the Mountaineers came to Ann Arbor and pulled off one of the all-time great upsets, really, in regular season college football. So there will be a lot of talk about this game among Pirate faithful next year at this time, Clip. And, it's drivable from North Carolina. No, it's a long drive, and believe me, I know that drive very well. And it's a long way from eastern North Carolina and really points throughout North Carolina to Ann Arbor. But it is drivable in one day if people would like to do that. It would be from Greenville. It would be just about a 13-hour drive, Greenville. But, it is drivable in one day if people would really like to do that. But I have a feeling a lot of folks will try and go to the game and fly into Detroit. And Detroit to Ann Arbor is only about 45 or 50 minutes, especially where the airport's located. It's located on the Ann Arbor side. So it would be a pretty easy trip as far as the flight's concerned. But, yeah, I'm already excited about that game, Clip. I broadcast a game in Ann Arbor many, many years ago when I was doing University of Illinois football and basketball. And so I've been there one time before, but it's quite a spectacle when you get like 108,000 people in a football stadium.
And Jeff, Charles can let you know all the great spots to stop between Greenville and Ann Arbor, too, right? With that trek you've made throughout the years. So, Jeff, you're a veteran at this. And speaking real quick of Michigan football, the state of Michigan, watched Hard Knocks last night, and they are showing the Detroit Lions this year. And, Dan Campbell's their coach. He became famous last offseason when he was talking about biting the kneecaps of the opponents and all that, and it sounded kind of hokey. And then you see this team who is not very talented, and they fight every week. They scratch together a few wins. They're in a lot of ball games. They lose a lot of heartbreakers, and now they return to camp for year 2, and he's preaching that same grit. And I believe the guy. He is genuine when he talks. He's got a coaching staff full of guys that I watched growing up. Aaron Glenn, the cornerback, and Deuce Staley, the running back, and a bunch of other former players on his staff. And they are trying to build something there, Jeff. But as you know, building something in the Detroit Lions, for whatever reason, just has not worked throughout the years. And I don't know if Dan Campbell's going to be the guy. I know he's going to do all he can to somehow turn the Lions into a winner after all these years.
Well, Dan Campbell is a guy that's brought interest to a franchise that, as you mentioned, Clip, has just been so bad for so long. And so that's a good thing. And people up here are talking about the Hard Knocks and the episodes that they have seen already. You know, you pull for the Lions because they're the underdogs, and they've been down for so long. I don't know how good or how bad they're going to be again this year, but you know, Detroit is such a great sports town, Clip, and I was just there about a week ago. And you've got the 4 major sports there, but all of them are down right now. You know, the Tigers are just awful. And then the Red Wings have been down for a few years. They just made a coaching change. They haven't been to the playoffs. The Pistons are down. They've got a young core, and they're trying to rebuild. And, of course, we talk about the Lions, and they've been one of the losingest franchises in the NFL for, you know, a decade or so now. So it's been really tough for Detroit sports fans, and it's such a great sports city when those teams are winning. You know, those fields, those arenas, and stadiums are full. But they just haven't had much to cheer about here lately. And maybe the Lions will be a breath of fresh air and surprise some people this year.
Yeah, always fun to root for the underdog. And on that note, Orioles win again, Jeff. This is really becoming remarkable. We talked to Mark Brown, Camden Chat, on the show yesterday, and I kind of set it up. I said, Mark, this isn't an insult, but the Orioles don't belong. I mean, we're talking about the Yankees and the Astros and the Blue Jays and Rays, teams with a lot of talent, teams with pedigree. And the O's are trying to crash this party. They beat the Blue Jays again last night, and now they are tied for the final wild card spot. And I'm trying to think, Jeff, you know, who is the, again, no offense, the worst team to ever make the playoffs. But when you look at the pieces in the Orioles lineup, they just don't really fit in with the other playoff teams and the way they look. So it has been incredible. They win again last night, and folks are starting to catch the fever there in Baltimore, speaking of underdogs here.
Yeah, no doubt. And Camden Yards is such a great place to watch a baseball game, Clip. It's one of the great stadiums, really, in the country. And like you, I kind of keep waiting for the Orioles to crash. But here they are now, 6 games over 500 at 58 and 52. And, you know, they were sellers at the trade deadline when they dumped Trey Mancini and then got rid of the closer, Lopez. So I thought maybe they're kind of pulling their horns back in a little bit and trading some of their top players for prospects, but they just keep on winning. And, you know, they've got some good young players now on that team that a lot of people don't know about, but they're playing very, very well. So it's one of the really feel-good stories in Major League Baseball this year. And I think as long as this thing goes along, Cliff, you'll see more and more people jumping on the bandwagon. And hopefully that means the crowd's coming back to Camden Yards, because as we both know, when Baltimore is good, that's a really good baseball town.
Yeah.
Come out to Camden Yards and really support the Orioles. But, you know, like we're talking about the Detroit Lions, the Baltimore Orioles have just been so bad for so long. The interest has waned with them. But maybe now they're going to get some people back into the ballpark, which would be great. So the longer this goes on now, and here we are nearing mid-August, you know, they've got about 6 more weeks to go. If they can hang in there and win their share of games, it would be a great story to see the Orioles in the playoffs.
Can the O's take a 3rd straight from the Blue Jays? You can hear it tonight right here on Pirate Radio as they are catching up with those Blue Jays, just 2 games behind now in the AL East, the challenging AL East. We got it for you tonight, 7 o'clock here on Pirate Radio. That'll air after our Pirate Radio podcast edition with the Players Lounge. And Jeff, I'm glad we were able to talk to these guys Monday and not yesterday, because they were unavailable yesterday. How about a practice being canceled because of, I guess, a food poisoning event that went on throughout the team that had everybody under the weather?
Yeah, that was very disappointing yesterday, and I know how coaches are, and they try and maximize every single minute of every single practice, and I'm sure they were pulling their hair out yesterday knowing that they couldn't get out on the field, and they canceled, of course, the practice yesterday. And I know they weren't happy campers, but you got to take care of the players, and that was strange. Can't go out there and get people continue to get them sick. So that they made that decision to call out practice yesterday. So, food poisoning is no joke. If you've ever had it, sometimes, it takes you a while to get back on track because it really depletes you. And so I'm sure some of those guys were pretty ill yesterday, and, it's not like they're going to pop out of bed today and be 100%. It takes a while sometimes for your body to refunction and get rid of that stuff. So, it's not good. You don't want to see that happen in August. You don't want to see it happen anytime. But I guess if there's a silver lining in it, Clip, if it was going to happen, it was better happening now than if we're here in game week and something like this would crop up.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get out of the way right now instead of a month from now. And Jeff, it is kind of a shame too because it seemed like everything was going so well, so smooth, and you've been around coaches long enough to know when they're being honest with you or when they're holding a lot back. And Mike Houston, as far as coaches go, he's not going to tell you everything, but I'd say he's pretty honest. If things aren't going good, he'll let you know. He had seemed really pleased with the way this team came in, Jeff, to start fall camp. We're a week in now. He was very optimistic, very upbeat about his team last week, and I think that goes for how he feels overall about this program right now. He's very happy with where they are heading into year 4, and he's saying a lot of different things this year than he was that first year, Jeff. He was here for fall camp. I know that much.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt he's in a totally different situation, Cliff, than he was that first year when he had to come in here and almost totally rebuild the entire program from scratch. And now, as you mentioned, he's in his 4th year, so it's a whole different scenario. And the Pirates have 14 players coming back as starters, 7 on offense and 7 on defense. And you and I have talked about it over the last year or so. The depth factor is just so much better now. They have so many more bodies to deal with, especially up front in the trenches, and give the coaches a lot of credit. They have made that a priority in recruiting. We've got to go out. We've got to get guys who can line up on the defensive line and certainly on the offensive line as well. And they've done a good job in recruiting in both of those areas, and those are not easy areas to recruit in. So hats off to them. They've worked extremely hard. And again, Mike Houston's enthusiasm is really good to see. This time of year, I think he feels like the program is pointed in the right way. I know when he and I talk off the air, he always says, just give me some time. We'll get this thing fixed and we'll get it back on the rails. And I think we saw that last year with the 7 wins. And, another thing we don't talk a whole lot about, Clip, that we probably should talk more about is that this team had a winning record in the American Athletic Conference last year at 5-3. And so that says a lot, too, about where the program is. You just hope the guys can pick up from last year and have another strong season, put together another winning season this year. It's not going to be easy. As you know, the USA Today Coaches Poll came out this week, and there are 3 top 25 teams on that schedule this year for the Pirates, and then 2 other schools, BYU and UCF. They're knocking on the door of the top 25.
Yeah.
So, this schedule's tough. It's really tough. And the Pirates are going to have to bring their A game every time out if they're going to have a winning season this year.
Kind of surprising, Jeff. I read that this was the highest NC State has been in a preseason poll, and 1 spot higher than Phillip Rivers Wolfpack, at least going into a season. So I guess you could say expectations at an all-time high over there in Raleigh. I like that. I think that's a good thing. NC State, I think, like East Carolina, plays better as the underdog. So maybe we get a Wolfpack team that's a little overconfident. I know Dave Doran will not allow his team to think that way, but kind of found it interesting, Jeff, that this is the highest they've ever been ranked going into a season.
Yeah, they're talking a big game, as you well know, Clip, in Raleigh with NC State football this year, and I think it'll be really interesting if the Pirates can go into the 4th quarter with that game here in a couple of weeks and have a shot and be competitive because, at that point, East Carolina's really got everything to gain and nothing to lose, and you flip the coin on the other side, and there will be some pressure on NC State with all of the great buildup that they've had this year. So, it's never an easy game when NC State comes to Greenville. I can tell you that. I've watched a lot of them over the years. The Pirates always seem to play well at Downey-Ficklin Stadium against the Wolfpack. And I know the Pirate fans will be out there, and the scene will be set for an upset to start the season. So already looking forward to that game. I know Pirate fans are too.
Absolutely, Jeff. Can't wait. Looking forward to it, and looking forward to another season of Pirate football. Looking forward to visiting with the Voice on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Enjoy our chats on game day, Jeff. And another thing, we were talking about it, I think, last week, that can't wait to see you in here with your giant flip cards with the rosters on them and all the news and notes and stats. And that's a welcome sight on a game day morning. Love seeing that from you, Voice.
Yeah. Well, it's a labor of love. I can assure you that, Clip. We start, on Monday and start our research to get ready for the game on Saturday. And hopefully Pirate fans enjoy it as much as we enjoy bringing the action to them each week.
Yes, sir. Jeff, thanks for joining us today. We'll check in with you again next week, 1 week closer to football. We'll talk to you then, Voice.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot, Cliff.
All right, Jeff Charles joining us here on a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a time out, come back, wrap up hour number 1, get you set for hour 2, where we'll talk to Fred Siegel, author of the new book, the Freezing Cold Takes NFL Edition. Football's most inaccurate predictions and the fascinating stories behind them. Fred will join us at 4 o'clock. Patrick Mason in hour number 2, Stephen Igoe hour 3, and we'll make you a winner in hour 3 of today's show. It's all ahead on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Are you ready for some football, Pirate Nation? Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times this football season, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun. Because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Get ready to have fun this season, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville. Welcome to US Cellular, where new and current customers choose any phone they want for free.
Free? Even the one with 5G and lots of storage?
Free.
And the one with the latest everything?
Free.
At US Cellular, any phone you see is free, whether you're a new or current customer. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
We all love using Uber Eats, DoorDash, and grocery pickup. It makes life so much easier. Well, now there is cellular delivery, and the team at Cellular Warehouse has perfected the process. They will deliver your new phone right to your door with all your information loaded on the new phone, and the best thing is there is no charge for this awesome service. And you don't have to waste half the day sitting in a Cellular store. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 and let his team of experts make your cellular delivery today. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent, serving all of Eastern North Carolina.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers, and when it comes to getting your family together, there's no better place than Familia, which is Italian for family. Familia is the place I like to bring my football family, especially my offensive linemen. Whether it's great New York-style pizzas, homemade meatballs, lasagna, chicken parmesan, or delicious homemade desserts, Familia is a winning play every time. For dine-in or takeout, make Familia your go-to play when you have a hungry team. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College. Go Pirates!
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
What's up? This is Bryson Worrell, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio, perfect for some outdoor dining. There's something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia with our very own Clip Brock. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover, and brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's Day. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Sports trivia tonight, 8 o'clock. AJ McMurphy's, come on out. The questions are done. I forgot to include one, so I can ask it here on the program.
All right, let's hear it.
Make sure I got it right. Was it...
Devin Funches.
It is not Devin Funches. His name always reminds me of Funyuns. How about y'all?
Where did Devin Funches go to school?
Michigan.
Okay, yeah.
It was Shohei Ohtani. Is that so?
Shohei Ohtani?
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, bro, he rakes.
So Shohei Ohtani, yes, moved into second all-time home runs in Major League Baseball for Japanese-born players. Named number 1 and number 3 on the list. Who did he jump in front of last night?
Did I just see it on there?
Say it. See something, say something.
Did I see Babe Ruth? First of all, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, all right, it's Babe Ruth. Then you said Japanese player.
Chandler, you amaze me every day.
Who was it?
Japanese. This would require me knowing a good handful of Japanese players.
Yeah, I mean, there's one you should know.
Ichiro?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't think he'd be up that high.
He's number 3 on the list,
Oh,
and
wow.
number 1, you don't know.
Hideki
Matsui?
Yeah.
Really?
Way to go, guys.
Teamwork, baby.
Godzilla.
Hideki Matsui.
Hideki is how we like to say it.
I like Hideki.
I like that better.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Matsui.
Played for the Yankees.
The Bronx Bombers. That's right. Won a World Series in New York. And he was a masher. So there you go. Good job. Kind of.
I got the first name. He got the last name.
I still say...
I almost said Hideki Matsuyama, the golfer.
I still say Babe Ruth
also rakes.
is the best, especially when he hits out of a sand trap. Am I right? Babe Ruth, best Japanese-born player in baseball history.
That's what threw me off, because I saw him beside Shohei Ohtani, and you quickly went away. I was like, all right, well, I know the answer. And then I was like... Then you said Japanese-born baseball player, and I was like, all right, well, I guess it's not him.
Babe Ruth, common Japanese name. Babe Ruth, Barry Bonds, Ted Williams. Come on.
Where do you think we got these names from? Our friends to the east. All right. So there's a little preview of what's to come tonight.
Hideki Matsui.
Got a lot of football for you guys tonight.
Cool.
And other
Great.
sports. some college.
That's when I know football's near. That's when I know it. When you go football heavy at sports trivia at AJ McMurphy.
Signs football are near. The Hard Knocks theme. Jeff Charles and his...
Ric Flair.
Well, that... But more so is, what am I doing, Chandler?
I don't know.
Does anyone really care?
His flip card with all of the...
Oh, yeah, on the Bud Light pregame tailgate.
Don't you love it?
That's going to be back 8 o'clock on September 3rd, but he'll bring in... It takes up about half of this table, and then he goes through the defenses, and then he flips it, and there's... Well, say it's the defense on the first side. You flip it, and it's the offense.
That was a good explanation of what I was trying to talk about. I could not express it verbally.
Yeah.
So thank you for helping me out.
That's why I'm here.
Another sign football is near, Shirley Rhodes. Do we have the high school coach interviews from earlier this week? If we do...
Yeah, I do believe so.
I would like to hear... let's hear from Nate Connor real quick, because we got just one more Friday without football in the high school ranks. We'll have Conley football coming your way next Friday right here on Pirate Radio. Here was Nate Connor the other day at Big Carolina 3A, 4A Media Day.
All right, Coach, the poll came out. New Bern picked to win it all. What do you think of that?
Well, they had a fantastic team last year. They got a lot of players come back. I mean, they really ran through our conference last year. It was impressive what they did, and so I think a lot of people respect that. Know they have a great program going in there, and we'll have our work cut out for us going against them in late October.
That's a long time from now, though, isn't it, for you guys?
You know, it is a long time, and that's the thing about this league. We know every team in this league is capable, and by the time we get in conference play, everybody's kind of figured out what their identity is this year, and they want to come play well in conference. And week in and week out, you know, we play Havelock, and then we got to turn around and play J.H. Rose, who played in the state championship last year, and Havelock took them to overtime the last game of the season. And then you got to play New Bern and Jacksonville, who went to Eastern Finals. So it's quite a league, but it makes a lot of fun, and you know every team's going to be prepared and coached at that point in the season.
You've had a string of great run of quarterback play at D.H. Conley, breaking in a new one this year. What's that like for you guys?
It's fun. And Jason Herring has done a fantastic job. You know, he's been in our program for 4 years now, and he's done a great job leading up to this point. And we've had some special ones, and what's kind of cool to me about all that is each one of those has kind of laid a foundation and left an impact on our program. And now, you know, each one of those, what they've done is built into Jason, and now Jason's going to have the opportunity to leave his stamp on D.H. Conley football, and excited to see that happen.
Coach, we talked, a little bit ago about the competition level, and you really enjoy that even in the initial games. So, how much did that pay off last year as you went through, and now you got, carried on into this year?
Oh, it's fantastic. We want to figure out who we are early on. We challenge ourselves. We're going to play a great team in Laney, week one, who went to the second round of the playoffs last year, had a really good program. They got a lot coming back. Playing Cleveland, who played them in the second round, knocked them out, and has a great program. We figure out we play a hard conference schedule, and that's when we want to do our best. So we want to challenge ourselves in those situations to find out who we are, like we said, like everybody else does, and put ourselves in the best position to be ready for conference play when we come to it.
All right, Nate Connor fired up for some high school football, some D.H. Conley football returning to the Pirate Radio airwaves. During this program, and later on this week, we'll sprinkle in more interviews we have with the high school coaches from a fun day at Parker's earlier this week. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back when we return. We'll talk to the man behind the Freezing Cold Takes account at Old Takes Exposed on Twitter. He is Fred Siegel. He's got a new book coming out. It's out right now. It came out yesterday. We'll talk about it and some of the historical freezing cold takes of all time in the sports world. That's on the way when we return. Pirate Radio Live after this.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They thank you for your continued support and trust during these trying times. Many services can be done remotely and free pickup and delivery is available. As a Dell business partner and Apple authorized service provider, you can count on University PC Care for all your personal and business tech support needs. To make a remote appointment or to bring in your device for service at their Greenville or New Bern locations, call 558-1280 or go online at universitypccare.com.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Beauty Bar Medispa wants to know if you are ready to fall into beauty. October 7th through the 14th, all services and products will be on sale. Botox, filler, painless laser hair removal, facials, RF microneedling, rejuvenating laser treatments to treat brown spots, wrinkles, texture, veins, and skin tightening. And now, the only facility in the area to offer non-surgical under-eye fat pad treatments. BeautyBarMedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Go Pirates!
Last year, we found out that I had cancer. We were all super scared. Mom and Dad said they don't know what we would have done if Riley's Army hadn't been there for us.
We invite you to join us on Saturday, August 27th at the Hilton Greenville for the Glow for Gold Gala, benefiting Riley's Army, presented by Grover Gaming. Tickets can be found at rileysarmy.com or by calling 252-481-4471.
Riley's Army hopes that you never need them, but if you do, they'll be there for your family, just like they were for mine.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak or the seafood delight pasta. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House can feed your larger crowds with off-site catering and room for 125 in our adjacent banquet hall. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
For the latest from the world of golf. Tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Tired and sluggish? Down in the dumps? Or do you just have the blahs? Well, maybe you need to hydrate. Revive Health and Wellness offers IV hydration, which can help you with lack of energy, improve your mood, assist with immunity, and even fix a hangover. Call today to set up an appointment at 350-1805. Locally owned and operated by Samantha Casper, Revive Health and Wellness has a new location and is ready to serve you. Stop by at 2459 Emerald Place in Greenville or go online at revivehealthwellness.org.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour brought to you by Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Drive a little and save a lot with a short trip to Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Highway 264 in Washington at WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. For maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you here, Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. We'll talk to the Daily Reflector's Patrick Mason coming up in about 30 minutes or so. Talk some Pirate football, talk some MLB, look at the playoff picture with the O's all of a sudden in that picture. We've got Orioles baseball for you tonight. right here on Pirate Radio as they try to knock off the Blue Jays for the third straight night. So we'll talk some baseball, football with Patrick Mason. Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joins us in hour number 3 of today's program. And right now we'll welcome on Fred Siegel at Old Takes Exposed on Twitter. I'm sure you're familiar with that Twitter feed. Freezing Cold Takes, one of my favorite follows. And Fred has a book out now, Freezing Cold Takes, NFL Football Media's Most Inaccurate Predictions and the Fascinating Stories Behind Them. And Fred joins us today on Pirate Radio Live. Fred, appreciate your time. How you doing today?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And Fred, before we get started on the book, the persona behind the Twitter account and all things Cold Takes, when we were setting up this interview, I told you I was with Pirate Radio. We cover East Carolina and beyond, and I guess you have an affiliation to the Miami Hurricanes, and you have some not so great hurricane memories when it comes to East Carolina. You remember the Pirates on the football field, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not really a big fan of the University of Miami Hurricanes myself. I went to the University of Florida, and that's who I've always been advocating for. I'm a huge Florida Gator, but I grew up in Miami, and I remember all the University of Miami games. I followed all of them, and I went to a game. I think I was in maybe 9th grade at the time, 13, 14, 15 years old, and it was the Miami was the Orange Bowl, and East Carolina absolutely destroyed Miami. It was like 34-6, I think.
Yeah, you brought up the names Marcus Crandall, Scott Harley,
and Robert Harley. Yeah, that was it, right. And then the year before, the Canes kind of broke out into their like mini dynasty from 2000 to 2002. It was 1999 game. It was, I guess you corrected me on the DMs that it was in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Because of the hurricane, and it was East Carolina won that game. Now, who was the quarterback there?
That was David Garrard, future Jacksonville Jaguar.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Miami had Santana Moss and Reggie Wayne. They were juniors, but their quarterback was Kenny Kelly. And later in that year, Ken Dorsey replaced him, and that was Miami.
I still remember from that game, Miami's running back was injured, so they put in a little-known younger back named Clinton Portis. I mean, it was incredible, all the talent on the field for the Hurricanes those years.
And then when Frank Gore got injured in 2001, after 2001, Portis went to the NFL, and Frank Gore was supposed to be the running back, and he got injured, and then they brought in an unknown Willis McGahee. Yeah.
The rich get richer. We've got somewhat of a recent history with the Florida Gators. Played them in a bowl game at the end of the Shane Carden, Justin Hardy era, and then played them in the swamp. And the Pirates had the ball, a chance to go in. Zay Jones is wide open, but the ball slips out of Blake Kemp's hand. And that was the first game of the Jim McElwain era, I believe, there, Fred.
It was the first or second game of that.
Yeah.
But I was Will Greer. We had Will Greer for about 5 minutes. I remember his dad played for ECU.
Yep.
So Chad Greer at the same time that Mark Richt was there for a little while as a coach.
And as we connect these East Carolina dots with Fred Siegel, there's another one, and it's in your book, Fred, and kind of unfortunate, but the cold takes go after everyone. Nobody is safe, and Jimmy Johnson had one when he was the Miami Dolphins coach, talking about his third-round pick, Larry Shannon, and how he was taller, faster, better than Randy Moss. Larry Shannon was a great receiver here at East Carolina, but comparing him to Randy Moss is a bad look for Jimmy Johnson, it turns out.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of coaches were just sick of hearing about how they passed on Randy Moss in that draft, because Randy Moss had a lot of character issues, or seemingly character issues going into the draft, and a lot of teams wouldn't pick him, and Miami was one of them. And Jimmy was probably sick of hearing about it. He was just like, "Oh, we got this guy Shannon."
And Larry Shannon,
physical attributes.
Yeah. He's actually in Florida today as a high school coach. We talked to him a couple years ago. So
really?
A great guy, Larry Shannon. Not quite the career Randy Moss had, though. I think we can all agree on that. and that kind of brings me to your book here, Fred, because when you think about cold takes, it's kind of it seems like a more recent phenomenon because it's so out there. We were talking on the show yesterday, our producer Shirley, about how ESPN actually used to have a lot of sports programming and sports news shows, and now it's all opinions, it's back and forth, it's yelling at each other, and of course the internet. Everybody's dropping cold takes by the second. But your book goes back to, even the pre-internet days, and how newspaper columnists and quotes on TV, and we're talking about Emmitt Smith, a lot of Bill Belichick, but Troy Aikman, Dan Marino, all these guys being slighted years and years before we got on our computers and did this stuff. So that was the fascinating thing to me, Fred, that you were able to go back so far at the cold takes involving these legends in the sports world.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do something that was not really just a complete extension of my Twitter feed, which really posts old predictions that were wrong, but in 280 characters, or just a screenshot or a headline. And I wanted to go back to some days where you may not have seen this stuff before, and I had to really dig deep into newspaper archives and watch YouTube clips of games and try to find some of the best, most fascinating ones, and really kind of tell the story behind it. So that was one of the things I wanted to do with the book, and not just have a list of takes, of quotes, and that's what fascinated me with it.
And it is fascinating to read, and all the kind of butterfly effects of moves that were made, moves that weren't made in NFL history, and how they turned out to be. How about the genesis of the Twitter account, Fred? Because, I mean, here at Pirate Radio, just like anyone, we make predictions, we make outlandish takes, and I think that's the difference, too. If a guy is saying, I think that the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl this year, you're not going to include that as part of your freezing cold takes. It's got to be demonstrative. It's got to be bet the farm that the Chiefs are. There's no way the Chiefs are going to, something like that. So,
yeah.
What did you decide? When did you decide to do this? Because I like holding people accountable, myself included. So, when did you come up with this idea?
Well, it was like 6 or 7 years ago. I was using Twitter a lot for sports, and I kind of made it as a counter to sports media folks reposting their accurate predictions with self-congratulatory messages. And I said to myself, someone should be the person who reposts these same media people when they're dead wrong. And I just became that person. I didn't expect the feed to become big, but it got big pretty quick. I mean, at that time, I don't think there's many people doing that. There's a lot more people who try to do that now. But at that time, it wasn't really something anyone did.
And now you don't have to do much work. Everybody sends it right to you when they see something, right? Like, you used to have to probably search these things out. Now you get a million notifications on what your next tweet will be.
Oh, yeah, in any sport. A lot of times I'll have to look it up. I mean, from any team, any college. Like, you talk about ECU. Like, ECU, someone will send me something if they're an ECU fan about ECU baseball or something like that. Like I would have to look up what that even means. I don't know about that much about college baseball. But all fans remember what people say about them or their team. It's very it sticks in their head, and they all send me everything. But especially if it's a national thing, or one of the main people who make a lot of money to do this say something, that'll get sent their takes all the time.
I'm looking at my tweet history with my name and Old Takes Exposed, just to see what the local people here have sent you that you have no clue about. And in fact, one of those things, Chandler, we were talking about our worst takes. One of those was just last year during baseball season, when I said East Carolina wouldn't make the tournament. Yeah, and they end up a national hosting a regional, hosting a super regional, and a few outs away from going to the College World Series. So, yeah, it happens to the best of us. Chandler, one thing you noted too is that it's not just about sports.
No.
Politics, what'd you say?
Politics, I saw a tweet, because I follow it too. I saw a tweet that maybe it was a retweet that you retweeted, Fred, but somebody back in 1999 on a message thread said that SpongeBob was not going to make it, that SpongeBob was terrible. It was the worst show. It will never make it through a whole season. And now I believe SpongeBob is still going on right now as we speak. So those, you kind of get outside the sports world a little bit too, which is fun.
Yeah, no, I refuse to do anything politics, though. I will not do that, because it's just I don't even want to deal with that.
Yeah.
It's an absolute train wreck in my mentions, and I don't want to talk to people like that who are just going all off. Like, I didn't sign up to talk to these people about these little minuscule things about politics. And also, politics is the beholder. It's based on the beholder. So if someone posts something from a politician that's not necessarily objective fact, then whether it was wrong or right depends on the political bias of the person judging it. So it's like then people will argue about it constantly in my feed. So I won't do it.
Yeah,
my bio, no politics.
That's a great policy to have. And I say that
to them all the time.
Sports hate is a healthy thing. I hate the Cowboys. I hate Dak Prescott. I don't really hate Dak Prescott. I don't know the guy. He's probably a great dude, but when I say I hate him, there's no like real menacing vitriol behind it. It's fun, but in politics, it's different in politics, right? I mean, people actually do have that hatred, and everything you do is fun. It's funny. That's why I enjoy it.
Exactly. It's all based on like. It's just all based on your bias of what your political bias is, and it's all based on how you judge the take. So it's like you can't win, and you won't be able to. You'll be instantly hated if you post something about a politician that somebody supports, regardless of who it is. So by the end, if you're trying to be neutral about it, you'll have everybody hate.
Yeah, Fred Siegel joining us today. Shirley Rhodes, big Dolphins fan here. So my football watching life, I remember Scott Mitchell as a pretty good lefty for the Detroit Lions as they were winning some games. Had no idea, Shirley. I'm sure Shirley wasn't one of the people saying trade Dan Marino, keep Scott Mitchell in Miami. But that's just like one of the old fascinating things in your book. A lot of older stories about what people said about an athlete, about a coach, about a franchise, and people can read it in the book. It's fascinating stuff, Fred.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was a season ticket holder for the Dolphins, my family, and I used to go to games. I lived 10 minutes from the stadium, and that particular newspaper article about trading Dan Marino to keep Scott Mitchell was something that I followed when it happened, and we talked about that take for years growing up. So it was something that I remembered right away. I probably something I wouldn't have found if I hadn't grown up there. If I was just doing this book and I grew up somewhere else.
The book is available now. Football Media's most inaccurate predictions, the fascinating stories behind them, freezing cold takes NFL. Fred, I believe it came out yesterday. So where can folks pick up a copy of this book?
Anywhere books are sold, you just type in Freezing Cold Takes NFL on Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble or Borders, or you can go to my pinned tweet at Old Takes Exposed on Twitter, and there's a link right there which will direct you to a place where you could buy the book right away.
Fred, you've been doing this a while now on Twitter, and there's a lot of these funny accounts that will get hot. They'll become famous, and after a year or so, they'll kind of fade away. I guess the person behind the account will find something new to do. So are you still, do you still wake up in the morning excited to see awful takes that you could retweet? Is it still fun for you?
It's still fun, but at the same time, it's also, there's a lot, the bigger I got, the more repetition. I just get tagged to a lot of the same stuff all the time. So it's harder to navigate. And it could be a little exhausting, but it's still fun, very fun. It's just fun. And when I watch games, I just watch it with that perspective. Like if a team goes up 14-0 in a big game, I'll start bookmarking right away. Like in football, automatically I'm bookmarking all the comments.
Fred, how long did it take you to write the book? What is the process like in writing a book like this?
It took like 2 years to write it. The process was just me researching. I had never written a book before, so it probably took me a little longer than someone who is experienced in writing, but it just took me a long time to research everything and continuously try to find things in different platforms and to put it all together, and then to create the notes section, which is 46 pages of notes on the index, about 500 different sites, 500 different sources, 1,000 sites. So that in itself was really, really difficult to try to figure out how to do. But it was fun. It was fun getting new things and figuring out. Also trying to figure out what to write about, because I could probably write a volume 2. I had a max word requirement for this book. So, there's a lot of stuff I left out.
Yeah, great timing as well, coming up just before the NFL season. So make sure you pick this up. And that was going to be my next question, Fred. Do you get into the NBA, MLB, or is there a volume 2 of the NFL in the works here?
That was a thought process. I mean, when I first started doing the book and pitching it, I was going to do all sports, which would have been just like all these spectacular takes at once. But then I decided, well, why not do just one sport, and then if it works out, then to do more and more, because it's something that you can come up with different stuff each time, and so that's the thought process. I mean, if it works out and it sells enough where someone wants to publish it, another one, that's what I plan to do. NBA, college football is a great one.
Fred Siegel joining us. CJ, our Steelers fan. This is a famous one. CJ from Rick Green, a writer. Will Ben Roethlisberger help this year? No. Will he help next year? Probably not. He won a Super Bowl, his first or second year there? It was very early on, yeah.
His rookie year, they went 15-1, and they lost in the playoffs to the Patriots. That was 2004, and then the next season, they won the Super Bowl.
Love it.
That was when he was drafted. And there's also a whole chapter on Bill Cowher, constantly getting pushed to get fired by the media.
I was just trying to,
just like years.
I was just trying to think of some. I'm a Carolina Panther fan, by the way, Fred, and I was trying to think of some recently cold takes for my Carolina Panthers. And I think back to week 4 last year. Carolina visits Dallas, and Terry Bradshaw says that Sam Darnold is going to be the greatest quarterback in Carolina Panther history. So that's got to be up there somewhere, right?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't put that in the book. I mean, I'd already probably finished the book by then in my draft. But I mean, like, that's just another thing of just national media just disliking Cam Newton.
Yeah.
And trying anyway to discredit what he did. Sam Darnold, it was really kind of, Sam Darnold came in, and at the same time they had the coach, but the LSU coach and the Baylor
Jay Brady, yeah.
LSU coach, the guy who won the national championship, helped Burrow win the national championship. They thought he was like a genius, and he changed Sam Darnold. And then Sam Darnold turned out to be the Darnold he always was. And that was really kind of his trajectory with the Jets too. But Terry Bradshaw featured in my book a lot in the Giants chapter. He hated Tom Coughlin.
Yeah. And again, the fascinating thing here to me is this is not a new phenomenon. It's been going on forever. It'll go on forever. Yeah. But you got guys doubting again. Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, like the all-time greats. So a fascinating read. Make sure you get it. Once again, you can get it wherever books are sold. Freezing Cold Takes NFL, football media's most inaccurate predictions, and the fascinating stories behind them. Fred, we'll let you run, man. Thanks for joining us. Really enjoyed the chat, and good luck with the book, man, and looking forward to book number 2. We'll talk to you again when that one comes out.
Oh, great. Thanks for having me. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Fred Siegel at Old Takes Exposed, Freezing Cold Takes, and that was a fun interview. And again, I'll reiterate it. When I think cold takes, I think of Skip Bayless, like Stephen A. Smith screaming into your television speakers. But it goes back way further than that. And it's just fascinating to read some of this stuff about a lot of Belichick stuff, man. Belichick, before he went to New England, was looked at as this like retread coach that'll never get it done. Had to deal with Bill Parcells going. So, I mean, you can look at the chapters there, Chandler, and it's not like new stuff. This is old stuff. The Dan Marino, Scott Mitchell deal, Chip Kelly. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, chapter 1. Chapter 1 goes back to the 2000 New England Patriots. That's about the time they hired Bill Belichick. And the quote here in its chapter 1, it says, "The Patriots will regret hiring Bill Belichick." So that's just chapter 1 there.
There's a great segment of the book that's just quick hitters, like looking at some of the best players in history and the things said about them. I think I saw a Julius Peppers one, Chandler, that I'll read you if I can find it in a moment, because of the Carolina Panthers. But that was fun talking to Fred. We've all had our bad cold takes around here. And guess what, folks? I can promise you there's plenty more to come.
Absolutely.
They'll never. It's just a never-ending stream of cold takes that we have for you.
You just had yours earlier this year, so maybe,
Chandler, I got good news.
What?
Ian Rappaport. I love this pick for Carolina. Jimmy Clausen. Man, teams are going to be sorry. I mean, it's so great. Awesome stuff.
Yeah. By the way, Ian Rappaport, they got some quotes from some highly profiled insiders like Ian Rappaport. You got Adam Schefter, who's on the back of the book. It's got some quotes talking about Fred Siegel's book, and it is out now, right, Clip?
It is out now. In fact, he says, I stand by every hot take I've ever had, including that Jimmy Clausen one.
That I'm sure that you won't use, which he did use.
It is in the book.
Yeah.
So great stuff. Check it out. And you will not regret it. A great laugh and a great way to get fired up for the NFL season and another season of awful takes that we'll have, especially after week 1. It's going to be so hot.
Man, the Panthers beat the Browns. They're going to go to the Super Bowl with Baker.
Or Browns beat Panthers. Baker is toast. Cut him immediately.
And then goes on to win Comeback Player of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about. It's fun. Take a timeout, come back. Patrick Mason set to join us here on Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. We're back with you after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
Everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. But the good news is, we're getting vehicles from the factory every single week. So what the customer can do is come in, get an appraisal on their trade-in if they have one. They can pick a vehicle that's incoming and actually kind of build it how they want. And then when it gets here in the next 6 to 8 weeks, they're actually taking delivery of a new vehicle.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Love is never having to say you're sorry for your internet. Because with MetroNet, you get fast, reliable, 100% fiber speeds you'll love with unlimited data so you can stream, study, surf, and game on all your devices simultaneously. No lag times or buffering. MetroNet offers student deals. Get 100 megabit internet for just $39.95 a month. Switch to MetroNet today at metronet.com/switch. MetroNet. Love your internet.
Let's party, Pirate Nation. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party presented by Bud Light on Thursday, September 1st is approaching fast, and tickets are on sale right now for only $10. 100% of the ticket sales will be donated to these 4 local charities: Sportworks Ministries, Riley's Army, Daughters for Dads, and the Heather Ann Batiste Scholarship Fund for the ECU School of Nursing. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party will feature entertainment by America's favorite 1980s tribute band, The Breakfast Club.
Trying to stop my hands from shaking. Something in my mind's not making sense.
Plus, the world-famous Budweiser Clydesdales will be on site for a photo opportunity. The place to be to kick off football season is at the State Theater in downtown Greenville for the best party of the year. Go to pr927fm.com now and get your tickets before it sells out, and we'll see you Thursday, September 1st at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. UniversitySportswearENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, UniversitySportswearENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit UniversitySportswearENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. UniversitySportswearENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. If you're looking to purchase a home, it is still a great time, and being pre-qualified before you begin shopping is an advantage. At Angel Oak, we offer a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans that can fit most financial situations. To get started, contact our experienced team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
It's
Bostic Sugg Furniture's Midsummer's Dream Event. Beautiful furniture at unbelievable low prices. Store-wide savings on beautiful looks for your home. Bonus savings of 25% off accessories, plus 6 months special financing. We have hundreds of top name brands in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Enjoy sweet dreams on a new mattress with 48 months special financing with no minimum purchase during the Midsummer's Dream Event. On now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American Airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
This is Tim Doust, ECU Football Special Teams Coordinator, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour brought to you by Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Drive a little and save a lot with a short trip to Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Highway 264 in Washington at WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store, serving the best cheese, biscuits, and country food around. They are open every day and have 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
All right, Shirley Rhodes heading off to Canada soon. And guess what? We're going to get some Canada weather.
We are?
I'm seeing later this week.
Is it going to get chilly?
Like on Friday, high of 81, low of 64.
Ooh, boy.
Break out the jacket.
That sounds great.
So I might not have the fat sweats on Friday.
I can't wait for Shirley to get back and have a Canadian accent.
Eh?
Eh?
How do Canadians talk, Chandler? Let's hear it.
Canada, eh?
You know, you took that long pause. I thought you were going to come up with something good, but Canada, eh?
Canada, eh?
Did you see the moose, eh?
The moose?
Moose.
Eh?
You could, Patrick, do you have a northern accent at all? Or
I don't know. Do I sound any...
You don't sound like
I was just wondering, right. But I don't know. I feel like I got pretty much down the middle, but maybe that's just me.
I could hear you finishing a sentence with "Don't you know?"
Don't you know?
Yeah.
I
could hear you.
don't know if I'm that far north, but
Justin Fields looking better. Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
How about them Bears? Now that's like a Scottish.
Trevor,
hey.
Trevor Simeon, eh?
Nathan Peterman.
All right, Patrick, how the bleep are you, man?
Doing pretty bleeping good.
Nice lid.
Hey,
Durham Bulls baseball.
That's right.
Old school.
Oh yeah.
Where'd you get that hat?
From the Durham Bulls game.
Oh,
A couple of years ago.
I like it.
I just try to like finding hats here and there.
Yeah. Hey, I'm with you, buddy.
Oh yeah.
I'm on the hat train. So East Carolina football going on. Food poisoning going on. Have you ever been hit with food poisoning in your life?
Thankfully, I have not. At least not that I know of. I've eaten too much and had some stomach emergencies, but nothing that's laid me up.
Have you had a food that, and maybe it was unrelated, but you got sick after eating that food that you were scared to go back to?
One time I bit into a chicken finger and it wasn't totally done. Kind of scared me off chicken for a while.
Yeah.
Just like that consistency is probably the worst type of undercooked meat.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I'm a big hibachi fan, like many of the public out there. Had a bad batch, a real rubbery chicken batch one time, and I couldn't go back for a good, probably half a year.
I don't blame you.
I had to write it off.
Yeah.
And then you get brave enough, you go back to it, you say, well, look, it was a bad night. Let's give them another shot, and boom, it's good again. So you got to be brave.
Yeah, I was talking behind the glass with CJ, and it sounded like some pretty funky food that got the ECU football team.
Buffalo meatloaf. Have you ever heard of that?
No, and I'll tell you what, I don't even want to try it.
No, like even if you know it's cooked by like Gordon Ramsay.
Right, I'm good on that.
Got to be something better on the menu.
It's got to be.
Buffalo meatloaf. It almost sounds like a end of the week. You haven't made your grocery store run. Let's see what's left in the fridge meal.
Yeah, something's smelling in here, but it might still be all right.
We got some ground beef that's about gone. I got this extra buffalo sauce I had with wings the other night. Let's cook it up.
Let's see how this goes.
And did not go well.
Yikes.
According to the folks over there at ECU. So they were back at practice today. That's the good news. CJ did say earlier that he was notified by his unnamed source.
He does have sources.
He has a source that a lot of part of the defense, a chunk of the defense was not there today. So people still trying to get back 100%, get healthy, and kind of a shame, Patrick, because we were getting some great reports from Mike Houston out of camp. He seemed very pleased with the direction it was going, and now you just hope this isn't a little setback here.
I know. I think the timing that it happened for the first padded practice is probably the worst timing you could have, because you couldn't really practice in pads today. You got a scrimmage coming up Saturday. So I don't know what, I know they're going to try to go pads tomorrow, but I wonder how this scrimmage is going to look, because you think just one day, but it's just that perfect day where it had to happen that really is a problem.
Now we'll talk to Stephen Igoe later more about the personnel and who was out there today, but I know they were down a couple of quarterbacks, and that goes across the board, down some spots. So even if they can get that scrimmage in, or maybe they'll wait to go full pads when they do get everybody back. I don't know. We'll have to see what Mike Houston decides to do there.
Right. And yeah, you mentioned just it stinks. It's terrible timing. And yeah, he's been so excited. Every time we talked to him, he had this big grin on his face. He's excited how the guys are running after each other. And then you just got this impromptu day off.
But going up to that point, everything was going well, it seemed, Patrick, and we're starting to kind of piece together our depth charts here and position battles going on. Have we got anywhere, you think? I mean, we saw some highlight plays from Jalen Johnson at the receiver position, pre-Washington with the pick six last week. So do you think we're starting to get a better picture of that depth chart, or is it still too early?
It might be a mix. I think it might be a little still too early, but I think the coaches are starting to formulate, some thoughts in their head of who's going to be where. But I really think, these scrimmages and the more you get pads on are really going to be to help you determine who you got, because you can only really see how much you have and what's working when you're in shells.
And the scrimmage coming up Saturday, so you hope by that point everybody's back feeling good. We saw that picture of Holton Ahlers he put on Instagram, Chandler?
Yeah,
IV in the arm, just trying to hydrate, get some fluids back, and things like that.
This was not fake. Those guys look very sick.
Oh, yeah.
So you just hope by Saturday at least we can get a scrimmage under our belt to get some good on good, some one-on-one action out there.
Yeah, and that's what you need. Like I said, we were all looking forward to this scrimmage, and now it's just going to be like, how's the team going to handle it? We're definitely going to be something to watch going forward.
In other football news, you see the Sam Hartman news today that he's going to be out indefinitely, and we don't know exactly why, but it's a non-football related medical condition. So the quarterback for Wake Forest will be out for a while. That's huge when you look at that side of the ACC. Clemson, obviously the favorite, but NC State and Wake were supposed to be right up there with Clemson with a chance to win that, and now at this point of the calendar year, at this point of fall camp, they're going to have to go a different direction at quarterback. And I always think about when I hear something about someone or a story, how would that affect me? How would and how would that affect East Carolina? It would not be very positive, although we do think we have a capable backup with Mason Garcia, but not a great time to be losing your starting QB.
No, it's a terrible time to be doing that. At least you got some practices, but especially when you said it's non-football, that's just scary.
Yeah, nervous about what exactly it is going on right now. How about the Big Ten in the news? And we'll no longer have the noon Big Ten game on ESPN. And they are working out a deal, it appears, nearing a deal with Fox, CBS, and NBC. So we've already had Big Ten on Fox throughout the years. NBC is going to be weird because other than maybe a Celebration Bowl and Notre Dame football, we don't see a lot of college football on NBC.
Never, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be weird. But this is what the Big Ten was doing all that realignment for, right? Adding all these teams. And now you see all these networks jumping in to just throw money at them.
And as Jeff Charles said earlier, it's the Big Two right now with the SEC and the Big Ten. So the Big Ten is going to have a deal with all these networks, and then the SEC is going to be the big ESPN ABC network, and we'll see if they have other platforms as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, I think, too, of when they kind of figure this out of like who's all watching this, because like all these channels are super national. You know, it's everywhere. So it's like, are people really going to be tuning into all these things? So I guess it's just interesting to see how this thing really develops.
Big Ten will be on display from Dublin, Ireland, week 0. That coming up August 27th at 12:30 on Fox. Nebraska and Northwestern.
I'll tell you what, I have never been a fan of the game that's way too early. Like, you guys remember, I think it was the baseball season, maybe like 2019 or something, when the Mariners played in Japan, like a week and a half before the regular season started. It just seems weird. Like, this game, too, I know it's, just a couple days before football Saturday, right?
A week before.
Yeah. It just seems weird to me. It's like, hey, we got football, but I'm just not ready yet. It feels like it's not week 1.
Well, Patrick, I don't care if you're ready. I am. As long as it's not my team, I'm down.
Well, and that's what I mean. Like, do you really want to waste a week when you know, it feels like football season's not here yet?
It's too hot.
Yeah.
No, I'm in. I'm all in to week 0. Vanderbilt, Hawaii, 10:30 that night. All in. I don't know what you're going to be doing. I'm going to be watching football. But I'll tell you what I'm not a fan of, and especially in the NFL, and especially if it affects my team's home schedule, but playing those overseas games in the NFL, not a fan of that.
Like in London?
You only get 8 home games. The travel's already brutal. Why is Washington going to London to play the Bengals? And it ended in a tie.
At least you get it out of the way early, right? It starts at 8 o'clock or something crazy.
9:30.
9:30.
Well, no. There's no at least. I don't like it. Don't like it at all.
I don't know. I'll tell you, I'm happy when the Bears game's over on Sunday. Then I can just so that's my perspective.
So you're hoping the Bears go overseas. So
yeah, it's just nice to
get it over with.
Right, get them out of the way. Then you could actually enjoy football the rest of the day.
I'm kind of the opposite there. I like when my team plays Sunday night or Monday night because I don't have that sour taste in my mouth all the rest of the day. If Washington loses at 1 on Sunday, the rest of the day is kind of a bummer. I mean, I still got fantasy, I still got other stuff, but yeah, it's kind of a dark cloud over the day.
You're just like hands in the pocket, staring out the window,
doing the walk. The dude from George Michael from Arrested Development, the sad walk outside. But yeah, hey, look, I'm just glad we're talking about these topics because football is nearly here.
Yes, sir. And tomorrow we will be.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it.
But we will have.
I will tell you that on today, 24 days away until ECU NC State.
Okay, that's just a preview of tomorrow's David Price Construction countdown to kickoff.
Yeah.
By the way, there will be some NFL tomorrow. The Giants and Pats on NFL Network, Titans and Ravens. That sounds like a playoff game, but it will be a preseason game coming up. The Panthers and Commodores will play on Saturday. Patrick's Bears will play on Saturday, 1 o'clock NFL Network against the Chiefs. So how much Justin Fields do you think we'll see in the 3 preseason games?
I would honestly bet a lot, just because the new coaching staff wants to figure out what they got. He needs time to work with some receivers. I mean, I think he's going to get a lot of work, and as he should. Basically, no one on this roster has earned the right to take these things off, in my opinion.
And I understand you got injuries already at the receiver position, right?
Yep.
I drafted Darnell Mooney just because I'm hoping he gets 150 targets this year.
Yeah, he's the guy to throw the ball to. So
it's about all they got there.
Yep.
So sad times in Chicago. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Patrick Mason joining us. We'll talk more football, a little baseball as well. You've got the Field of coming up tomorrow night. Touch on that for a moment and see what's going on. We got a lot of day baseball going on. More to go. Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Back with you after this.
Come
party like a pirate at the official Pirate Radio Football Kickoff After Party at Dirty Dan's. Dirty Dan's is open 7 days a week and located on 4th Street, right beside the downtown parking deck. The McHale Buck Band will be the headliner of the after party, and anyone with a Pirate Radio Football Kickoff party ticket gets in free all weekend long. So keep the fun going at Dirty Dan's all weekend long with live music, with the friendliest staff and the best drink specials in town. Get lucky at Dirty Dan's.
Safety comes first at Greenville Utilities. Did you know that by itself, natural gas is completely odorless? As a safety precaution, a chemical is added to the gas that gives it a distinctive and unpleasant odor. This allows you to detect the slightest amount of natural gas both indoors and outdoors. If you smell a strong odor of natural gas in or near your home, you should immediately call Greenville Utilities. GUC maintains staff around the clock in order to provide immediate response to emergencies such as natural gas leaks. You can count on GUC to keep safety job number one.
At Parker's Barbecue, our family has been serving your family for 3 generations.
For that, we say thank you.
Blessing families every Thursday. Kids eat free all day. That's the Parker's way.
Legendary food served from our 3 locations. Always quick, always delicious. That's the Parker's way.
At Parker's, our mission is to impact our customers through Christ-like service in a way that feeds them both physically and spiritually. That is the Parker's way.
That perfect tractor package you've been eyeing at Quality Equipment just got a little more perfect. Haul your next 1, 3, or 5 Series John Deere tractor off the lot on your brand new trailer. Visit our site at QualityEquip.com to add it to your package. Start with Quality Equipment to get any task done right. We've got the full line of John Deere equipment priced right with low monthly payments and special financing. Plus, we service everything we sell. Visit QualityEquip.com to see our latest offers.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Kyle Gaines at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We are growing, so is our service department. We're adding more space to provide a faster, more affordable service for you. Come sit down with our team and let us customize your next Jeep or truck. Have the freedom to pick out your own lift, wheels, and tires and more. Drive a little, save a lot when it comes to customizing your next vehicle. We're at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, located off 264 West in Washington, North Carolina, and online at WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com.
Do you want to feel healthier and have more energy? The secret is all in what you eat. At Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we have certified dietitians to provide you with accurate advice on the eating plan and the lifestyle choices that you need to make to help you live well. You need more than just an internet search to be able to get a plan that fits your unique needs. Your dietitian will customize an eating plan that is specific to your goals, your budget, and your lifestyle, while providing coaching along the way so you can live well. Sign up today at kptonline.com.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Pirate Radio is the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour brought to you by Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Drive a little and save a lot with a short trip to Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Highway 264 in Washington at WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party presented by Bud Light on Thursday, September 1st is approaching fast, and tickets are on sale right now for only $10. 100% of the ticket sales will be donated to these 4 local charities: SportWorks Ministries, Riley's Army, Daughters for Dads, and the Heather Ann Purty Scholarship Fund at the ECU School of Nursing. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party will feature entertainment by America's favorite 80s tribute band, The Breakfast Club. Plus, the world-famous Budweiser Clydesdales will be on site for a photo opportunity. The place to be to kick off football season is at the State Theater in downtown Greenville for the best party of the year. Go to pr927fm.com right now to get your tickets before they sell out. And we'll see you on Thursday, September 1st. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
All right, our commercial conversation took us to a weird spot. We're talking about, it's because I asked Patrick, does his family call him Pat or Patrick? And you said...
Yeah, Patrick.
Patrick. So my real name is Clifton, and I'm the third, but my dad, grandfather, and myself go by Clip. So, like, when we would get together, my granddad was Clip, my dad was Little Clip, and, like, my grandma would call me Chip. But then I would become Little Clip. Anyway, nobody cares. But then we started talking about Spanish class. And one of the fun days of Spanish class was at the very beginning of the semester where you got to pick your Spanish name. So, Patrick, what was your name in Spanish class?
7th grade, I got to pick my name, and I chose Nacho.
Very cool. Very cool.
Nacho.
So we might start calling you that around here. Chandler, what was yours?
Esteban.
Esteban. That's a cool name.
Hey.
That was my name in senior year of high school.
I went with Mario, but it was named after a famous Italian, Mario from Super Mario.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, that one. But I guess Mario...
They didn't do that when I was in school here. I took 4 Spanishes on my
Wait,
college.
we're not talking about ECU. We're talking about high school.
Right? I know, but I'm saying, like, you would think they would do that in college, too, but nah.
No, there's no messing around.
Because I was ready to be, like, popping up.
There's like,
saying, I'm Esteban!
70 people in the class. You're going to go around and pick... CJ, did you have a Spanish name? Also, what is your Filipino name?
Clyde.
All right. What's your name in Spanish class?
I actually have no idea what you guys are talking about because we didn't do that.
What a shame. Do you feel like you missed out on something fun?
I do. Now that I...
What are they doing at Havelock?
If you don't play football, they don't care.
Well, that's the way it should be. Shirley, did you take Spanish? Do you have a Spanish name?
Why, yes, I did. My senior year of high school, and my Spanish name was Olga.
Hey. So Olga, Nacho,
and
Esteban, Mario, and then now CJ's left out.
Esteban.
What's a good Spanish name with the letter C?
Claudio.
Ooh.
Carlos.
Oh, Carlos. Cristoban. I made that one up.
Christopher.
Chad. Charlie. All right, fair enough. What are we doing?
Like, what are we doing?
Stephen Igoe's here. Let's see if he makes it to 5 o'clock. We got to talk. We got to keep Igoe locked in this segment. Let's talk baseball on that note. Mariners lose. Orioles win. Orioles are right now tied with the Mariners for the final playoff spot, the final wild card.
Here come the O's.
And this has got to be the worst team on paper to be in a playoff spot this late in the season. Like, I can't even recall. Help me out if you can. Like, a pro sports team to have this. They have 0 All-Stars on the roster. They traded their only All-Star during the All-Star break. And to be where they are is just incredible right now.
Yeah, they got rid of Mancini and their closer. And the best part about the season for them is they weren't even trying to win. They were just like, all right, let's go in this year. We got some young prospects. Let's see how they do.
We'll bring up Adley Rutschman. That'll be cool. Fans will get excited about it. And Igoe's leaving. Igoe is leaving. We will see if he returns at 5 o'clock. And what did they do? They brought up Rutschman. Now he's an everyday player at catcher, and they're starting to build a little crowd there in Camden Yards, and it's really exciting. You can check out the O's and Blue Jays tonight, 7 o'clock right here on Pirate Radio.
And they're doing this in the AL East, like the most incredible division in baseball right now.
And they are in 4th, and they are on the heels of the Rays, who they have been beating. They're a half game behind the Rays. They are 2 games back of the Blue Jays for second place in the AL East. And we're talking about good teams here. So it is O's fever There is a meme online. O's fever, catch it and die. But not anymore, folks. These O's are something to watch. Do not watch the AL Central. It is bad for your health. But it is going to go down to the wire here. I love looking at the standings, last 10 games. Guardians 6-4, Twins 5-5, White Sox 6-4, Royals 6-4.
No one wants it.
Yeah, well, you take it. The cool thing is, though, Patrick, it is going to go down to the wire here, and your team still has a shot. And the old phrase is get in the playoffs, see what happens, right?
Yeah.
Despite your regular season,
right?
But you could still hold out hope for that, I guess.
And I guess that's the thing. You can really hold out hope, but maybe a team 2 games, 3 games over 500 wins this thing, which is just crazy to think. But yeah, I guess if you get it in, maybe you gotta, they do have good pitching, the White Sox I'm talking about. We'll see. But Tim Anderson's out for 6 weeks now. Tore a ligament in his finger, so that's a big blow. But the whole division is just a disaster.
White Sox have the second most road wins in the American League.
But they're very bad at home.
Which means they stink at home.
Yep.
4 games under 500. But a great place to catch a nap if you're the manager.
Yeah.
Just a quick
in the first inning.
In the first inning.
Quick little cat nap.
Yeah.
So, right now the Guardians and Twins tied at the top of the Central. White Sox right there behind those teams. And I got to imagine the way they set these schedules up, there's probably a bunch of meetings coming up. I'll look at the White Sox schedule to see how many more games they have. So they've got a 3-game series with Cleveland, a 3-game series with Minnesota, another 3 with Cleveland, another 3. Okay, so they got 9 with the Twins, 6 with the Guardians the rest of the way.
So it's all out there for you.
Yeah. But they have to go to Baltimore for 3 games, so you can go count those losses. You should get up to Camden Yards and watch your White Sox play.
I know, it's not a bad idea. It's a good place to watch a game. I don't know if you've been out there before, but
I went in the early 90s, shortly after it was built. I went and saw a game with my Orioles buddy Chad, actually. Cool. And but I have not been. That would be about 18 years since I last went. I haven't been to a Major League Baseball game since 95 or 96.
Wow.
And I went to a bunch of them growing up. I went to the Braves at old Fulton County Stadium for a couple of games, saw the Orioles, saw the Braves again, and have not been since. So
the Nationals are close, but they're terrible. I guess if you're going to a game, you're not really going there to watch an awesome team. You just soak in the experience, right?
Yeah, and I guess I like games that matter, especially when I'm spending my own money. If I'm going with, my dad or my friends taking me and I don't have to spend a lot of money, I'll go see whatever. But when I go to a sporting event, whether it's Washington or the Charlotte Hornets or the Hurricanes or whatever, I like a game with some stakes. Mm-hmm. And baseball games just don't have any stakes unless they're at the end of the year.
Yeah, I feel that. I went to the Mudcats game over the weekend. Single A baseball. I'm talking about steaks. There's nothing. Not even on the grill there.
You just went to check out some live baseball?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was fun. They actually played the White Sox Single A team, which was just kind of cool. But I was looking for guys I knew, and I didn't know a single one.
Yeah. You got to check out the Woodies. Have you been to historic Granger Stadium?
Not yet.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
He's got his hat on.
All right. We just made a date. That's good stuff. Congrats. All right, Patrick, what else going on? You will be out at practice tomorrow.
Yep.
Asking Mike Houston questions and hopefully seeing some pads popping, right?
Yeah, that's the goal for sure. Yeah, just more football as we get closer here.
Exciting stuff. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with us. Patrick Mason, Daily Reflector. You're not very active on social media. Every now and then you'll throw out a line or two.
Yeah, I'll get back into it a little more.
All right.
I got to ramp up.
Put out some weird stuff, man. Just see what happens.
I used to a lot. That was on my whole Twitter feed.
Have you deleted it?
No, you could. If you really want to spend some time and scroll, you can find some goofy stuff. But
we need to one day on the show we're gonna read Patrick's old tweets,
the old Twitter archives.
All right. God, it's embarrassing to go back and look at some old
from
old
2012 or something crazy, and you're like, what was I talking about?
And I think I'm being so funny and it's so lame.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
I had a thing where I would do hashtag Pat Fact, and I would just say random stuff, and it was just a running thing for a couple of years.
All right. Look, that's we're gonna do that one day on the show, so don't delete it.
That would be a funny segment.
All right,
I won't go and delete.
Patrick, thanks for hanging out, man.
Yep, thanks,
Or
fellas.
should I call you Nacho?
Nacho.
Take a time out, come back. Stephen Igoe joins us. Hoist the colors. Hadn't talked to or seen Igoe in a while. Looks to be feeling better. We'll talk Pirate football. We'll preview the corners and have a lot more for you on Pirate Radio Live. We are back with you after this.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Hey Pirates, this is Holt Nailers. A big part of my success on the field is what I eat at home. To keep my body filled up, I order meals off a Clean Eats meal plan. I choose the meals I want from 6 different meals offered each week, and I pick them up on Sunday or Monday at the cafe on Red Banks Road. Each meal is packed with the perfect mix of healthy proteins, carbs, and veggies to keep my engine running at full speed. Go to cleaneats.com, click on meal plans, or stop by the cafe and get all the info. Clean Eats and the Pirates, a winning combination.
Last year, we found out that I had cancer. We were all super scared. Mom and Dad said they don't know what we would have done if Riley's Army hadn't been there for us.
We invite you to join us on Saturday, August 27th at the Hilton Greenville for the Glow for Gold Gala, benefiting Riley's Army, presented by Grover Gaming. Tickets can be found at rileysarmy.com or by calling 252-481-4471.
Riley's Army hopes that you never need them, but if you do, they'll be there for your family, just like they were for mine.
The Wood Ducks are hosting the 3rd annual Kinston Cornhole Classic on Saturday, September 17th, sponsored by Brooks Pool Realty. Gates open at 10 a.m. and the tournament starts at 11. There will be 3 brackets with cash prizes for the top 3 teams from each bracket. The cost is $80 per team, and to register, please contact Maddie Meehan at MMEEHAN@woodducksbaseball.com or call 252-686-5165. We will see you at the 3rd annual Cornhole Classic on September 17th at Granger Stadium.
This pepperoni was carefully placed by hand by a pizza maker at Papa John's. Just like this one, and that one over there. Ooh, and even these in the crust. Get yourself the new epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza, only at Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13.99 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Live well, move more, and hurt less with Kinetic Physical Therapy. If you're recovering from an injury, getting back into sports, dealing with everyday pain or fatigue, then Kinetic Physical Therapy can help you get back on track and live well. Kinetic has nationally certified therapists for physical, occupational, speech, and massage therapy, all in a state-of-the-art facility on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Visit kineticptgreenville.com for more information. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Hey, Chandler. Take it, Chandler.
All right, welcome back in to a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock is getting back into his host seat. We have Shirley Rhodes producing. Assistant production is CJ Schaefer. He's also videoing this segment. And joining us is
Chandler Honeycutt. Chandler, welcome to the program.
I am Chandler Honeycutt, being the host of this segment so far. But joining us is Stephen Igoe of Hoist the Colors. Should we introduce him properly?
We should, I guess. Let's get right to it, Boss Man Jr. And Shirley, let's hit the intro for Igoe.
Igoe, 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 he's the one you know. Igoe, 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 he's Big Boomer's bro. Igoe, 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 he's good at MLB The Show. Igoe, 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 Igoe.
Where did Chandler go?
Igoe, 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 Igoe.
I'm sitting right here, bro.
Igoe, 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 Igoe. This song continues to grow. Igoe, 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 Igoe.
Can we just get back to the show?
Igoe, 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 Igoe.
Hi, this is Mike Oresko.
Igoe, 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 Igoe. Dave Doran lost to Coach Mo. Igoe, 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 Igoe. Ho, ho, ho! Igoe, 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 Igoe.
We should have Corey Bloor saying hello.
Igoe, 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 Igoe.
Hello.
Igoe, 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 Igoe.
Igoe. This part's in slow-mo.
Igoe, 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 Igoe. Score! Sebastian Aho! Igoe, 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 Igoe. He's back in studio. Igoe, 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 Igoe.
CJ, you're up.
I'll take Hunter Renfro.
Igoe, 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 Igoe.
All right. Woo. Back live, making fantasy picks during the Igoe song now, because we are in the month of August. And Steven, welcome to the program.
It's good to be back in studio.
So you were under the weather last week.
Yes.
Doing better now?
Yeah.
How's the family?
Been good. Everybody in my family contracted the virus, the novel coronavirus.
Oh, boy.
So it ran
Even
through.
Little Slater?
Yes, everybody.
Little S?
What did he have to say about it?
And he said a lot of,
He was like, man, this sucks.
a lot of crying.
Man.
He was he's pretty miserable for a 2-day span. But after that, I mean, he recovered strong.
You got that first feeling, maybe not the first, but like that's pretty serious. Like I would be a little worried, but that feeling of your child being sick
Yes.
That's a feeling you've never had before. That's a heavy feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, this was the first time he was sick. And so for him to have COVID as the first sickness was not good. But honestly, he handled it fine. And I was sick, and I was trying to isolate and not give it to anybody. But I figured he would get it because I was carrying him around the whole day basically before I tested positive. So it was inevitable. But the good thing is hopefully I have some immunity built in for football season.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get it
That
done.
way you can go to all the games, practices, not even have to worry about it.
That was a great idea.
You guys, you said Bailey was in here coughing, right? You're probably going to get next.
Probably.
Right, we're trying to get ready for football season.
And speaking of the sickness, it was going around East Carolina football as they were out. And,
non-COVID related.
Non-COVID related. Sounds like Buffalo Meatloaf, although Brian Meador said yesterday that there were players that did not eat the Buffalo Meatloaf that still got sick. So I don't know. Are you any closer to finding out the culprit of this, Stephen?
I don't know the exact details. I've had a couple players' parents message me kind of, saying that they heard it was the Meatloaf too. So I don't know if there was some sort of cross-contamination or what, but obviously there was an issue. And this time of year, it's so hot outside, like it doesn't take but like one small error for something to become infected with bacteria.
Yeah.
We should probably get like some sort of food specialist on the show
it's a
to
great idea.
break down what could happen as because I guess they're catering this food from somewhere. I doubt I don't know if they're going to tell us where because they might not want that information out there. But either way, during that process of getting the food to the players, somebody took a foul step and
a foul step.
Foul. That step was foul.
Infected the entire team. And let's be real. What are the chances that the North Carolina State Wolfpack were behind this?
I would put it at least 3%.
That high?
1%.
I would go 0.03%.
Okay. I have more of a conspiracy theory brain than you do, Stephen. The way you set up the question, you acted like it was going to be a big number.
I mean,
and then you threw a curveball.
Yeah, I was just asking you guys. I figured this is what everybody's going to think, but in reality, like it's not like NC State's going to have an operative that knows exactly when ECU is getting fed, where from, found a way to contaminate it to throw the team off. And they would do it on game week, not now.
Did you say something about gay frogs?
No.
Oh, okay.
I did say Alex Jones.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. All right, Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joining us here today on the program. So, Igoe, watch out. CJ Schaefer has sources within the program. He is on your heels.
Yes, he is. Watch out, buddy.
Did I miss something?
No, he just said unnamed sources told him that there was still a chunk of the defense not at practice today. So how about did you get a
Jenny Shelton? Was that his source?
No.
No, I don't think his source.
You know what? Hey,
I don't think his source is that good.
Whoa!
Don't let him do that. We don't ask you your sources.
I was at practice that I can tell you who was out there, who wasn't.
He talked to somebody not even
not media related.
I talked to Mike Houston. And he told me that they're still without a few guys.
Who's got the biggest source balls in the room? Igoe just put his on the table. CJ, you got any you put on the table?
Nameless.
It's probably the better way to go.
All right. So, what was the head count or lack thereof today at practice?
I don't know the official number. CJ might be able to help us out with that. He's got the sources. I was told it, but there was probably, I would guess, around double-digit guys still out. I know there was one player who lost 15 pounds in one day.
My gracious.
Does reading your VIP count as me having a source? Can I use your VIP as a source?
I would just say I read it on Hoist the Colors.
I did read it on Hoist the
Or you
Colors.
could say your source is Hoist the Colors.
That is dramatic, though. We're talking 15 pounds in a day?
In a day.
Yeah, it's not where you want to be. I mean, that's not a good situation.
Go read it at hoistthecolors.net, but we're not talking about a big offensive lineman or defensive lineman. We're talking about a guy who, doesn't have a ton of weight
Yeah.
on.
So, I mean, if he was losing weight, then obviously others were losing weight. And it's not an ideal situation at all. I think the only good thing is it happened early in camp and not in the smack dab middle of camp nor on game week.
And I guess they're waiting, Igoe, to get more numbers, get the numbers up, and probably get these guys 100% healthy before they break out the full pads. Is that what that decision's about?
Yeah, I think the last thing you want to do is have a bunch of guys hooked up to IVs and then take them out there and go, hey, guys, full pads, let's hit. So I think the plan is to get most of the team back tomorrow and then go to full pads. And I don't know what they're going to do with the scrimmage, if they're going to try and bump it back a day at all. I assume they'll try and stick it on Saturday. But still, to go from full pads for the first time on Thursday to go on live scrimmage Saturday, it's a pretty quick turnaround.
We're a week into this thing at this point. They did have that unscheduled off day yesterday. But, Stephen, man, it seemed like everything was really going in a great direction, a positive direction. It almost seemed too good to be true, too smooth. And now we have this hiccup. So, interested to see what Mike Houston has to say on Thursday. CJ said he saw maybe some more corrections than normal he's seen out there since being at practice, so probably took a little bit for the guys to get back out there. You just hope they could continue that positive momentum they had going before all this stuff.
Yeah, and if you're short a few guys, you may have some different combinations with lineups, or your second team guy running with the first team or whatnot, and so therefore you might have to make some corrections that you otherwise wouldn't normally make. But I think it's not a bad thing. Say you have a couple quarterbacks out, maybe all of a sudden your fourth quarterback is getting more reps with the twos. Your third running back is getting more reps with the ones and twos. So I think it works out fine, again, this early in camp. Now, if this was game week, you would have some major concerns, but this early in camp, it's not ideal, but you work around it.
Let's go. We're going to talk corners today, so we will highlight that position. But let's do an ongoing. I'll ask you the same question I asked you last week, or 2 weeks ago, maybe at this point. Who did we talk last week?
We talked over the phone last week. Yeah.
I bet it was a good conversation. Okay, I did ask you last week if we go top three of, and I think this answer has gotten clearer reading by your comments and others on Hoist the Colors. But if we say Winstead, Ryan Jones, C.J. Johnson are the top three pass catchers on this team in 2022, who is number 4? Last week you said the obvious answer, the first one that pops in your brain, is Josiah Hatfield. Is that still the number one answer with a bullet for you right now? Because it sounds like, and I don't know if this is coming from you, I believe it is, that he's looked good, right?
Yeah, Josiah Hatfield has looked really good this offseason. It's just a matter of, can he go out there and do it consistently? I mean, right now, if you held a gun in my head, I would say Jalen Johnson, the Georgia transfer, is a guy that I would put ahead of Josiah Hatfield right now. But, Josiah's probably going to be more of your big play threat, whereas Jalen's probably more intermediate, and he's capable of making big plays. He's got really good speed, too. But Josiah's got, like, Keaton Mitchell speed. Like, those two guys have elite speed. So if he's on the field, it's kind of a game-changing dynamic, whether he's making a play or not.
And Johnson had the one-hander Moss catch, right?
Yeah, over
that people saw.
Yeah, freshman on Twitter.
Freshman!
Who is the number 3 running back on August the 10th?
On August the 10th, that is today, and I still think it's
clear.
I still think it's wide open. Okay. I've kind of said all along, I think Marlon Gunn has a chance to win it as a freshman, but it's still such a big leap to go from freshman to playing right away. So I lean Joseph McKay, the pop right now. McKay. But again, it's like the scrimmages to me. The scrimmages are going to be crucial for third running back, first string or backup guard, like your top number 1 backup guard. Like those backup positions, we kind of know the starters, but like filling out the rest of the depth chart for me is going to be determined by the scrimmages.
Is there a third quarterback battle? Like, what if something happens to Holden, Mason goes in? Who's the backup at that point?
Probably Stubblefield. But, I mean, they trust Alex Flynn to go in and run the offense. So it's a case where, like, I think on paper they have Stubblefield ahead of Alex Flynn, but it could be more scenario-based. Like, hey, what do we need? Do we need a guy to go in and make plays? Stubblefield. Need a guy to go in and run the offense and not turn the ball over with a big lead? Alex Flynn.
Brad Warnick.
Brad Warnick.
Do we have a Caden Norman on the team?
They have a walk-on quarterback, but I don't think he's Caden Norman. Alex Flynn's probably that guy.
That just knows. It's almost a coach on the sideline.
He's got the headset.
Yeah, okay. Any other preseason questions not related to corner that you would like to ask Stephen while he's here? He's a great resource.
We're asking about backups. What about, we talk about Ryan Jones. We talk about Shane Calhoun. Is there a third tight end that we might be seeing this year?
Of the proven commodity, Aaron Jarman. I mean, why are we...
I forgot about the proven commodity.
That's right. Your fourth tight end?
Fourth.
D'Angelo McKinney. Converted defensive lineman.
Not quite ready to get Savage with it yet?
Savage, he was out with an injury today, so I'm not sure. It didn't look serious, but I have not seen him practice much this preseason.
Keep asking Mike Houston questions about Ryan Jones and Aaron Jarman and not about Shane Calhoun. I feel like he's almost agitated.
That ship gets bigger and bigger.
We don't talk about Shane Calhoun enough. And he's right.
Well, that's why I specifically asked last week at practice, does Shane Calhoun, you think, get a chip on his shoulder? Because everybody, deservedly so, talks about Ryan Jones for what he did last year. But it's not like Shane Calhoun's just walk-on tight end who never does anything.
And I think it's a good point that you brought. And I think both sides are right. It's great. Ryan Jones should be talked about. He's a major weapon. But Shane Calhoun is going to – they've got the ability, Steven, depending on what they want to do. And, again, there's only one ball, and you only get so many plays in a game. But they could be very multiple offensively with the looks they show this year.
I mean, if you're the defense and let's say ECU lines up with Holton Ahlers at quarterback, Keaton Mitchell or Rajay Harris at running back, Ryan Jones at tight end, C.J. Johnson in the slot, Isaiah Winstead and Jalen Johnson on the outside, or Josiah Hatfield out there. You got to – how do you defend it all? And I'm not trying to make this offense to be like the greatest show on turf or anything, but for the first time in a while, you have legitimate threats at ECU at running back, tight end, receiver, and somebody's going to have a one-on-one matchup. And if you're ECU, you can play to that matchup. You don't have to always play to Keaton Mitchell. You don't have to always play to Ryan Jones. You should have matchups across the board or somewhere that you like. It's going to be tough to match up, I think, every single game. For ECU to go into a game and say, hey, we don't have any matchups we like, I don't see that scenario really unfolding this year.
And these guys got to do their parts. We need to see CJ coming in and head on fire. We need Ryan Jones to take even another step. We need Isaiah Winstead to be as good as we think he can be. So all that's got to happen.
Yeah, I mean, if you're NC State, you go into the opener and you say, hey, let's take away Keaton Mitchell and let's take away Ryan Jones, and let's see if C.J. Johnson can really be C.J. Johnson. Let's see if these transfer receivers are really that good.
Yeah,
that's probably what ECU is going to have to do early in that game. Is they're going to get some one-on-one matchups more than likely with the receivers, whether C.J., Winstead, whoever. And if they hit on those plays early against a really good NC State defense, then that opens up Keaton Mitchell, Ryan Jones, Shane Calhoun, etc. Or maybe your play is, hey, they're taking away Ryan Jones. Let's hit Shane Calhoun on the other side of the field.
And credit to these coaches in 2022. They saw, all right, we got to put some people here in the wide receiver position with Omatosho and Snead out. So they went out, they got their group of receivers. We got to do something about Jaquan McMillan and Nolan Johnson being out. They added some right away guys that can play in the secondary. They bolstered an O-line. So we'll revisit this during the season and after the season. But those positions of need that needed filling immediately, it appears at this point the coaches have done a good job of that, Igoe.
Yeah, and it's been it's just been such a long-standing process to get some of the positions right, like offensive line, defensive line, tight end. And, you had some unexpected departures at receiver and cornerback, most notably Tyler Snead and Jaquan McMillan. And, they're counting on some guys in the program to kind of develop, but they're not just sitting back and saying, hey, we're going to 100% expect this certain guy to develop. We're going to go out and we're going to add reinforcements to promote competition, and that way we have transfers coming in and guys who have been in the program kind of competing for the same spot, and that's when you get the best competition possible.
Yeah. So, Tajee Hudson now ups his game because he wants to play ahead of these guys that were brought in.
So. And the guys coming in, they see Tajee and they see Hatfield and Kerry King, and they're not like, well, there's a clear path to the field. I got to come in and work. It's the same thing at corner. Demel Hickman we keep talking about all these new corners, but Demel Hickman, a returner who's been in the program like 5 years now, he just continues to practice really well. And so he could easily beat out a pre-Washington, these JUCO corners we like, because he's been in the program, he's working for it. So I just like how they've approached it. You know, they're not going to hit on every newcomer, and not every returner is going to progress to the level they want to. But if you bring in as many guys as possible and you promote the competition, eventually somebody's going to rise to the top.
You got to
rise to the standard.
You got to rise to it. Hard-nosed.
We will talk corners when we return on Pirate Radio Live with Stephen Igoe and go through that position group. Who are the mainstays there at corner? Who will we be counting on? Who are the new faces that could see some time and will see some time in 2022? We'll talk about it when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
So, how does short points work?
Well, at Jersey Mike's, 6 regular number 13s plus 3 giant number 7s equals a free regular number 13. So, Pepsi and Lay's now earn more points towards free subs.
That adds up.
Exactly. Download the Jersey Mike's app and earn rewards towards free subs with every sub, Pepsi, and Lay's you purchase.
So, how does short points work?
Well, at Jersey Mike's, 6 regular number 13s plus 3 giant number 7s equals a free regular number 13. So, Pepsi and Lay's now earn more points towards free subs.
That adds up.
Exactly. Download the Jersey Mike's app and earn rewards towards free subs with every sub, Pepsi, and Lay's you purchase.
Love is finding the internet of your dreams from MetroNet. Get ready for fast, reliable, 100% fiber speeds with unlimited data so you can stream, study, surf, and game on all your devices simultaneously. No lag times or buffering. MetroNet offers student deals. Get 100 megabit internet for just $39.95 a month. Switch today at metronet.com/switch. MetroNet. Love your internet.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Coach Cliff Godwin. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for our sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. For experienced and professional services, call the team at Orthopedics East at 252-757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Take a hit from a 300-pound linebacker, and you better be wearing pads. Take a hit on the road, and you better have good auto coverage. When you've got North Carolina Farm Bureau Auto Insurance, you've got the best local agents ready to help you bounce back. If you don't, well, you'll probably play football without a helmet, too. In Pitt County, call Brandon Manning or Randy Daniels at 252-756-3007. North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina Incorporated. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
Pirate Radio.
We are not coming together to just be average. We want to build a program that will year in and year out compete for the American Athletic Conference Championship and compete nationally against any and everybody.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. To get the business services that are right for your business today, contact the team of experienced local bankers at First Bank. The team includes bankers you can trust like Ashley Capps, Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nesbitt. First Bank, together with their customers, they're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Oh, Mariners and Yankees scoreless in the 5th inning. Yankees threatening here with 2 outs in the 5th, facing Robbie Ray.
Yoso.
Kind of. The Angels lead the A's 3-0 in the 7th. The Angels were hilarious again this year, Igoe.
Every year, man. It's
unreal.
It's unreal. You can have the 2 best players. And somebody said it best, like you tune in the Sports Center, it's like Ohtani pitched 7 innings, Ohtani hit a home run, the Angels lose 3-1.
Every night.
It could happen to a better group of guys after they started the BS situation with the brawl. I think since that game, the Mariners have gone on. They were like under 500 at the time, or right around 500. They've gone on to get in the playoff race. The Angels have faded into oblivion because that's what they do. Terrible organization. Not that Seattle is like a model organization, but I just think the Angels are the biggest fraud in baseball. I can't wait to see Ohtani leave in a couple of years as a free agent, having won absolutely no games. Mike Trout, they've wasted his career.
That was weird to see his name at the trade deadline. Ohtani. To me, anyway. I hadn't heard anything about that, and it popped up. Shout out to C.J. Mayhew, by the way.
Yeah, sorry he did not go to a better organization, but at least
they're trying to turn it around.
Yeah, they did pay him, and so I'm happy for C.J. But, yeah, I mean, baseball is in an interesting spot right now. The AL wildcard race is wide open. You got, like, all these teams, Jays, Rays, Mariners, Orioles, Twins. Like, the whole AL Central is now in the wildcard race because nobody wants to win the division.
Yeah, everybody, the top 3 are within a game of one another. Shout out to Bryant Packard, who has been called up, Shirley Rhodes, to AA.
Erie.
I know it's Erie, but
it's AA.
All right. So congratulations to Bryant Packard,
the Pac-Man,
going to the Erie Seawolves. Erie. These guys got to give me some lids, man.
Speaking of C.J. Mayhew, he's in the rookie league for the Angels, and he actually picked up his first win last night. He went 2/3 of an inning, and they awarded him the win. So
the tide's turning in that Angels organization. I go with C.J. Mayhew.
And it started by ink to paper with C.J. Mayhew's undrafted contract.
That's right.
And Bryson Worrell had a good night before last.
Good to hear.
He went 2 for 4 with an RBI, so he's also in that rookie league.
Good deal. All right, Shirley, hit the music. Let's talk some cornerbacks. What's your favorite position?
Cornerback.
That's cool with me. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you. Cornerback, Igoe. Favorite all-time ECU cornerback is Emmanuel Davis. Who's your second favorite?
How did you know that?
Chandler's is Dakota Marshall.
Dakota Marshall I thought was a safety.
I think he played both.
He probably did.
I know he played corner. Anyway, rattle off some corners for me.
Jaquan McMillan would probably be my second favorite.
Is that because he went to Denver?
No, I just think he was better than. I think he's better than Emmanuel Davis. I think he's been the best cornerback I've covered. I think he's number one for me.
All right.
He had some huge picks. I mean, he had the game winner at Marshall. He had the forced fumble against Navy that stopped that drive. They got the ball back. There was another big play he had last year. I can't remember. It escapes me right now. But I think Jaquan McMillan, if he would have played another year and really helped ECU kind of come into a potential conference championship contender, I think he would undoubtedly be the top guy.
Well, my favorite corner is a guy that I watched, but I don't remember watching him play a lot, to be quite honest with you. But since we have a relationship with him, Kevin Monroe, just because he's a great dude. Jarek Hewitt, underrated corner that I remember that I like.
There have been not too many great corners.
No, they're average.
Like, honestly, I'm like
Emmanuel Davis is at the top of the list, and you say Jaquan might have overtaken him.
Yeah.
But outside of that,
Emmanuel McDaniel.
Yeah, I mean, and that's really going back. Forrest Foster and Monroe and
like
McDaniel.
In the 90s, I feel like there were some good ones, but like in the 2000s, man, there have been some not so great corners. Like Adonis Armstrong was pretty good a couple of years. They just haven't had really good corners.
Rocco Scarfone,
infamous interview.
Yeah.
Josh Hawkins.
Hawkins?
You said his name.
Yeah, that was weird.
Strange.
Josh Hawkins.
Josh Hawkins
was good.
Yeah.
He also got burnt, like all corners.
Given the standard of ECU corners, like Josh Hawkins was really good. That's not a strike.
That was a ball walk.
Travis Williams had his moments.
Travis Simmons.
Travis Simmons.
Wow.
You know what? Why? Well, shame on us for not bringing up Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's a misfire on our part.
Yeah.
But I mean, you think about like the really good defenses, even under Skip Holtz. I feel like they're the corners outside of Emmanuel. I almost called him
Emmanuel McDavison.
Emmanuel Davis, like they weren't that good. Like Jarek Hewitt was solid.
Yeah,
Spider Simmons was solid, but like they didn't have like shutdown corners. It was more big safeties, big defensive linemen, big linebackers. So corner's been a problem. I think Malik Fleming is on his way to making that list. I mean, he's quietly had a really good, productive, steady career. He's been a starter from day one. You know, he's just been really solid.
I liked his talking at the podium the other day, too. I heard that interview, and we went out and got that audio. And I've always liked his confidence.
Yeah.
But he said he was ready to hit. He called out Raji and Keaton by name, said he was ready. But I like his he's got the confidence you need in a cornerback. I'll say that.
He is exactly what you hope for from a mentality standpoint. And you know, if you're going to be his size and excel as a corner, I feel like you have to be that way, because think about when he lines up against a 6'2" receiver, how much trash he's got to hear about. Oh man, you're so small, like all that stuff. Like you just kind of have to embrace that, and I feel like that's probably what he's done. And you know, he's gotten beat a few times, but what corner hasn't? I mean, and I feel like he's always done a good job of bouncing back from that. So, really solid career.
DeMel Hickman has been on the roster for a while now, and we kind of look at him and say, special teams, you know, what's he going to be? And now, Igoe, you sound like you're starting to really believe in him as being a starter, maybe day one for the Pirates. You know, how is he going to factor into the cornerback position?
I think he's trending like he's definitely going to be this guy, man. Like, this dude for the Yankees is like quick pitching and doing all this BS
Nestor
stuff.
Cortez.
So lame, man. Just get there and pitch the ball. Either way, I think DeMel Hickman is on track to definitely be a part of that rotation, the two deep this year. Like, he just, again, we continue to talk about the new guys they brought in for competition, but he's steadily been running with the ones all offseason, had a really good spring. They brought in some reinforcements. He continues to kind of work with that first team in that mix, and so I think he's going to get a shot in the opener. And like, we haven't really seen him play on game day. We've seen him in scrimmages and purple gold game, and he's always looked good in coverage. So I think he'll get a shot, and I think if he plays well on game day, he'll find a way to stick.
Washington came here to play from Buffalo. Got one more year, and he's ready to show out in the purple and gold. Had that pick six early on in fall camp, and it sounds like he is moving his name up the depth chart.
Yeah, Pre Washington is just a gamer. I mean, he's probably similar to Malik, although he's bigger. You know, he's not going to be the longest or the biggest corner in the room, but he's got experience, and he's not going to back down from anybody. Just kind of from what I'm gathered, talking to some people who've seen practice thus far, and you know, he's played over 1,600 snaps at Buffalo. Malik Fleming's played over like 1,400 snaps. Those are your two most experienced guys, and so you at least feel good about having that experience. And then I think the guys who haven't played as much probably have a little more upside in terms of size and athleticism, but you know, it's just you never know until you throw them out there.
How about the twin towers of Siobhan Ravel and Fletcher Marshall Jr.? Coach Houston did mention those guys by name when he came in here a few weeks ago. They are, 6'2", 6'3"-ish corners that were brought in.
Yeah, I mean, they're both big corners. Siobhan Ravel has been described to me as maybe the best pure athlete in the program. You know, he ran a 4.4, broad jumped 11 feet. I mean, he is just a freak of an athlete. Insane vertical. It's just a matter of, you know, mentally can he come in and get the plays down right away, get his responsibilities down. And then with Fletcher Marshall, another JUCO kid who I think will have a shot based off size and physicality, and I expect him to potentially play a role. Both those guys could be special teams players right away.
Okay, what about Jamon
Wilson?
Yeah.
Jamoni Wilson?
What about him?
How about him?
Tell us about him.
He's another good. He's another good athlete.
What is his name?
Jamoni.
Attaboy.
Yeah, good.
Attaboy. Honestly, I think it's Jamoni.
G''Mone. I like calling him Jamon.
He came in as a transfer from Marshall. I think he started off at running back, transferred to corner midway through last year. Again, good athlete, has a chance, just still developing.
And finally, I did not know this guy until I think it was Malik Fleming mentioned him in practice the other day. I go, Isaiah Brown Murray. He kept mentioning Isaiah, said he was going up against the new receivers, and I think he said the receiver won the battle, but Isaiah was holding his own. He called him a dog, right? Mm-hmm. Him and
a pre
or dog.
Pre got multiple dogs.
He's a big dog. Yeah.
Oh, he's a dog.
And
play the whole clip, Shirley. Do you still got it?
He's a dog. Quick learner. Dog. That's all I can say. Dog.
Four dogs.
Now Isaiah got one dog though.
For a freshman, that's pretty good, though. If you're getting the dog comment as a frosh.
I think Hickman, he does like, not Hickman, sorry. Fleming does like helmet stickers, but he gives you dogs. So 4 dogs. You get a dog. For a pre, 1 for Isaiah.
And Isaiah was in for spring, so he actually got a jump on all these guys in terms of learning the defense. And Washington, Ravel, Marshall, like he was already in. He got some first team reps in the spring. Looked good. Comes from a winning program. Got a great nickname, IBM. And he's the one true freshman in the group in terms of being a scholarship guy. So I think they probably want to redshirt him, but we'll see.
A lot of youth in that position group too.
IBM reminds me too much of like IBS, but that's just me. That's fine, especially with what's going on with the team right now. Chandler, how tall do you think Isaiah Brown Murray is just from his profile picture here? This will be a fun game. Look at a guy's picture, which shows their upper body, their chest, shoulders, and head, and guess how tall they'll be.
So Siobhan Ravel is about 6'2", 6'3". Looks like he fills that frame up. I'm going to say about 6 foot.
I was thinking about 6'1", 6'2". He's 5'9". This will be a fun game, though, to look at all the pictures and see if you can determine how tall they are.
That would be really fun.
I mean, probably one of the most fun things I could think about doing.
That would be so fun.
I go, any corners we didn't mention?
Juwan Powell.
Doy.
Duh.
What are y'all doing?
Yeah, my bad on that one. So he went from corner to safety to corner.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So the thing with Juwan is we list him as a corner today. He could be playing safety by the season opener. I mean, he's a guy he started at safety before. He came in originally as a corner, and so I think they want to give him that shot again to play that position. see how it does. He went there in the spring, but missed some time with an injury. I think they just want him on the field. So whether it's safety or corner or whatever, he's going to play. He's going to play special teams if he's healthy. And so he's one of your better defensive backs. He is too. He's a dog. Malik Clinton would probably describe him as a dog. And I just think it's a matter of where does he fit best, and they're trying to work through that right now.
All right, we need a nickname for the group, like the Dog Pound or the Kennel or
the Kennel.
Something. Yeah, I don't know. Some dog related.
What about Sharks?
The Pea Pad. Do they still do the Sharks out there? The Sharks
I feel like I've seen it less. That's probably something that we need to ask
Steve Ellis.
Malik is our Sharks back?
Shark Dogs.
Shark Dog.
All right.
I think that's honestly what they called themselves last year. Shark Dogs.
Yeah.
Really?
Two cool animals from the kingdom there. Steven, good stuff. We'll talk safeties next week.
Yep.
I saw one Scott Igoe recently.
How's he doing?
Give us a Scott Igoe update.
I've seen him more than me. He didn't want to come around me with COVID. We did go to Rage Against the Machine together.
I wanted to ask you about that, but I asked him, hey, Scotty boy, have you seen the Woodstock 99
Hey, I watched that the other day
documentary on Netflix? He was like, yeah, I woke up at 4 a.m. to watch it. It was great, man. It was cool. I, too, watched it. So you have seen it?
Yep, we watched it the other day.
That's like right up Igoe's alley.
Yeah.
Like if you were young then, though.
I would have been 7. So I would not have been there. I would have died.
But you had Limp Bizkit, Korn.
Rage was playing. They weren't in the documentary much.
Rage. I know. They didn't show Rage. They didn't show Metallica or DMX. I had the Woodstock 99 CD. Did you have that?
I did not.
I am not a Korn fan, but the Blind and their live version of that at Woodstock is one of the most hyped songs of all time. Incredible. You've probably seen it live.
I've seen it live twice now.
Man,
it's insane.
Huge flex alert.
Huge flex
alert. Huge flex alert.
If you're not a Korn fan, by the way, Korn off the cob or Korn on the cob? I mean, if you got to choose. Korn with a C. We're talking Korn with a C first.
I'm going to go.
See,
Korn off the cob.
Not a big Korn fan, the band. I love all types of corn, the actual sea corn. I'll go.
Sea corn?
You cobbing it up?
Man, I guess I'll go off, but either way, I'm not going to complain about it.
I'm eating corn.
I feel like off.
I'm going to eat corn.
It's smoother. You know, if you go on, you're getting some in your teeth. Part of the experience.
What about cream corn?
Nah, not. I'd rather have regular corn.
I'd rather go regular corn too, but if it's done right, cream corn's the way to go.
So, but anyway, Woodstock 99 documentary. Check it out.
Korn with a K. Best, man, them live, I mean, they're insane.
Yeah. How was Rage?
Rage was also insane. Probably the best arena concert I've been to.
So the lead singer, he injured himself, right?
Yep.
So he sang sitting down the whole time?
Yes. They brought him out. He was carried out by 2 gentlemen and placed on the edge of the stage. So you got everybody, the rest of the band. Tom Morello, by the way, is just absolutely not human.
Yeah.
He was playing the guitar with his teeth and everything.
I like that he wears a hat all the time.
Yeah, he was sweating, sweating right through it.
This
Oh my God!
Stop! It's consistent. He's called that pitch a strike every time.
That's why Nestor Cortez is currently throwing a perfect game because he keeps giving him 6 inches off the plate.
Oh, we got to jinx him. Perfect game alert.
Either way, yeah, best arena concert I've been to. It was insane.
Favorite Rage song?
Probably Wake Up. It's like one of their better songs, but not the biggest hit. Like, I get tired of hearing Bulls on Parade, Guerrilla Radio,
Killing in the Name of.
Now, Killing in the Name of live was just, it was cathartic. It was insane.
I think my favorite Rage song is People of the Sun.
That was their second song as well.
They played it?
Yep.
Oh, man.
It was insane.
I love how it gets so hype in the middle of the song.
He was sitting down during the performance, but he looked like he was about to headbang off the stage. It was that tight. It was that intense.
That's cool that they're still doing it. I heard they got woke though.
They definitely are that way.
And they've always been that way.
Yep.
They have not changed.
Yeah, they've been that way. You can when they wrote their music in 1989, it was the same exact way.
Exactly. All right, so Igoe. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think we covered everything.
Everybody good?
Go Mariners.
All right. Thanks for hanging out. Shirley Rhodes, let's open up the booty bag here on a Wednesday.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Hey. Booty bag. Booty bag. All right, Shirley Rhodes, what are we giving away?
Let's do lunch for two at Tiebreakers.
All right, 317-1250. What call you on?
8.
Caller 8. 317-1250. We're back with more on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in our community and region. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kid store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Welcome to US Cellular, where new and current customers choose any phone they want for free.
Free? Even the one with 5G and lots of storage?
Free.
And the one with the latest everything?
Free.
At US Cellular, any phone you see is free, whether you're a new or current customer. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Beauty Bar Medispa wants to know if you are ready to fall into beauty. October 7th through the 14th, all services and products will be on sale. Botox, filler, painless laser hair removal, facials, RF microneedling, rejuvenating laser treatments to treat brown spots, wrinkles, texture, veins, and skin tightening. And now, the only facility in the area to offer non-surgical under-eye fat pad treatments. BeautyBarMedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Go Pirates!
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Josh Allen of Washington. Picked up lunch for two at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers in Greenville at Bells Fork and in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, we did it. That was us. We did it. If we'd have stayed on the segment for about 30 seconds longer, you would have seen a great live watch-along moment as the Mariners get a solo home run from Haggerty. Sam Haggerty goes deep to break up the no-hitter from Nestor Cortez. Igoe goes crazy, and the Mariners have a 1-0 lead over the Yankees. So you're welcome, Mariners fans. We did it.
Thank us.
You're welcome.
Give us credit. I did see on Pirate Radio, speaking of baseball, I'm going to go down, though, not Major League, minor league baseball, coming up tonight. Two former Pirates are going at it.
You don't say.
Gavin Williams versus Connor Normie. Am I right, Shirley Rhodes?
Originally, yes, but Connor is not going to play tonight. So, but Gavin is slated to start.
Dang.
Well, dang.
It would have been a lot cooler if they played against each other.
Would have been a lot cooler.
It would have been a lot cooler, but I don't know if it's his scheduled day off or, but when they released the lineup, and of course, they posted that well after I had posted about the game. But if you do want to watch Gavin Williams pitch, you can actually watch it online for free. Go to MLB.tv. And you can watch the game online. First pitch is slated for 6:35 Eastern Time.
Awesome, good stuff. Let's close it out with some football. Heard from Nate Connor earlier in the show. We talked to him on Monday at Big Carolina 3A 4A Media Day. Let's hear from Will Bland, former Pirate wide receiver, head football coach at J.H. Rose. Here's what he had to say.
Coach, just talk about the poll a little bit. New Orleans picked to win it. You guys picked up in the top couple of teams.
You know, it's the preseason polls are important, but you know it doesn't end that way. Just a little motivated for our guys that we got a lot of work to do. What happened last year is irrelevant. It's a new year, so we just need to go out there and prepare like we did last year, and hopefully change some of these people's minds.
Here at higher levels, the guys that go all the way to the end, that window seems shorter. But last year you guys played in the spring and then played in the fall. So, how have the guys kind of bounced back after going all the way to?
I think the guys are pretty much they are well rested. They've been waiting. I think after that last game we lost last year motivated them, so they've been willing to put in extra work, get out there and try to get back to the next level. And we got some great additions to this team. So if we can go out there and do what we've been doing and continue the successful that we had the last 2 years, then we'll be pretty good.
Will, as you know, this conference is murderous, so it will be again this year.
Oh yeah, and this conference, the big Carolina conference that we are in, it's like the SEC, and we said it all last year. I mean, every game you got to bring your A game. Anybody can beat you. So, and I believe that if you can get through this conference and go unscathed and go uninjured, then you have a very, very good chance of making it to the Eastern Regional Championship game or playing for a state.
And is that kind of what you guys did last year when you survived all the tough games and all the battles and everything, and then you got on a roll?
Yeah, and I think, and the credit to our coaches that with Michael, we wanted to keep him fresh last year, so we tried to limit a lot of his touches. And then when the playoff came, after all them battles, then he was fresher than a lot of people. So we want to try to make sure our players are fresh. You know, we're going to battle night and day in this conference. And then if you can get out of it unscathed and injury-free, then you're very, very lucky, and you probably have a successful postseason.
All right, there's Will Bland. You heard Alan Vick asking a question in there. Alan, and we got video of it, I believe, on YouTube, Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Alan has this recorder, and it looked like, I don't know, a book of matches. Troy called it a domino, and he had this little bitty device that almost looked fake, and we had a good laugh over it at Parker's on Monday. How about Rose last year? Because they had the spring football season and then played the actual fall season. So Rose played 23 football games last year. I mean, that's insane. They played 7 in the shortened season, 16 in the longer season with all the playoff games they won.
That playoff run.
So that's a lot of football, but Will Bland says his guys are ready to go and healthy, and they are kids. They bounce back quick, but that is a ton of football games that they had to play in one calendar year last year.
Yeah, and what's tough is the quick turnaround. You play in the spring, and then it's like, 2 or 3 months off, and then you're having to play again. So now they had a full off season, and maybe they can make another run to the state championship.
See if Rose can go on another run in 2022. So looking forward to some high school football returning very soon. Not this Friday, but next Friday. They will be under the lights, and we'll have D.H. Conley football for you right here. Does your squad have a game that night, Chandler?
They do.
At home?
It's away. So they can kick off the season. They have their jamboree coming up on Friday, and I did see, which we learned this the other day, a lot of these head coaches are going to media days in Wilmington, and they're having scrimmages down there on Wednesday, and then they'll have a jamboree on Friday. Lakewood's doing the same thing. I think they have a scrimmage tonight, and then they'll have the Sampson County Jamboree coming up at Clinton High School on Friday. So it is drawing near, and those jamborees were always fun, having all those different football teams on the field, and it can get kind of hectic there on the football field with all those different football teams and stuff. But I think they do it a little different. I think they give you an opponent, and then you'll play 30 minutes or however, or split up the offense and the defense. But football is around the corner, and football season will be kicked off with high school, and you'll be able to hear D.H. Conley football, Alan Vick on the call, right here on Pirate Radio.
And we'll have the return of the high school huddle this week. So a little preview show for you coming up this Friday, and then the games will begin next Friday. And Morgan Ayler's one of my favorite shows because he'll talk to 6, 7, 8, 9 different guests in an hour span. The coaches, the media outlets covering the Friday night football, and it is a quick roundup of what you can expect that night in the world of high school football. So looking forward to that returning to the Pirate Radio airwaves as well. All right, that's it for today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you had a good time. We'll have more fun with you on Thursday's edition of the program. Shirley Rhodes,
last day of the week for her,
is gone. So Shirley, hope you feel better, and we'll see you back here on Monday.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. I got a little food in my system, so...
A little sick,
Yeah. You know what?
How do you feel about Canadian bacon? Fan or no fan?
It's all right.
Ham.
It is. But I like it on a pizza pie, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
CJ, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tonight, CJ.
And tonight and tomorrow morning at practice. And you're everywhere, man. You are out there.
You are the man.
You are the man.
You are the man.
Chandler, we'll see you tomorrow and tonight. And
see you tonight.
I'll be here tomorrow as well, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the